Warning, what you're about to hear was intended to make you laugh. A lot. If you listen to the show and feel inspired, then that's awesome. But if you're easily offended or just can't take a joke, you should turn this off right now. Otherwise, turn this shit up and hang on. Welcome to the Get Up. All right, welcome to the Get Up. I'm your host, JP. Today with me is Jeremy Jelly Fields. Jeremy, what do you do, man?
Sir. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Local artist.
Local artist.
Local artist. Rap, hardcore. I get into shit.
All right.
I get into some shit.
So, where'd the jelly come from?
Holy
Because
fuck.
I see that
I'm
shit.
telling you right now. All right.
I'm like, all right, where'd it come from?
All right. So,
Hard-hitting questions.
the band. Yeah, right? Let's dive right in.
Oh, man, he's got a guest and she's dying over there.
Yeah. So, when I got in the band Self-Infliction. And
okay.
I got in with them. We're still together with the SFC and all that stuff. We'll get into all that. But the guitarist is actually my cousin.
Okay.
So when I was about 12, he used to call me Jelly Jerome, just as a dick. You know what I mean? Just to like make fun of me and shit. And I wasn't even chubby. Like, you know what I mean? I got the dad bod now, but I'm allowed to.
Yeah, right.
I was like fucking 12, you know? But he started calling me. So I get into Self-Infliction, and we were at a studio one time, and we started having some drinks and shit, you know, getting loose at the studio. And he turns around, he goes, "Do you remember when I called you Jelly Jerome?" And I go, "Yeah, thanks for bringing that back up, you fuck," you know? And so we went over that for a minute, and by the time he got hammered, it just dropped to Jelly.
Right.
Like, he was too drunk to even finish the Jerome. So we ended up doing a show at Harpo's, and thank God it was sold out for everybody else to hear. But he started talking shit about, "Hey, Jelly," and it just fucking stuck. And from there on out, that's it. So
Now it's like, damn, I couldn't escape it. Might as well embrace
right,
it.
yeah. No, exactly. Yeah. So it did. It totally fucking stuck, dude. And I've never been a fan of it. But then it grew on me. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
now
Yeah.
I got more people that call me that than my real name. So
Damn.
it's like, whatever.
So what got you into music? So my history with Jeremy is like middle school, a little bit of high school.
We go back a little bit.
So what led you into music? Like, when did that start happening?
Because I left our high school also
Okay.
around like 11th grade.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I went to Rochester Ace.
Okay.
And there was a teacher there by the name of Dawn Latz. And it's actually, you remember Brenton Dort?
Yeah.
It's actually his cousin.
Okay.
Little, older cousin. She got me into writing poetry.
Really?
And I kind of grabbed onto it pretty quick. Where she would set me up with like writing these little poems. And like 45 minutes to write them.
Yeah.
And I'm done in like 5 minutes. Like, everybody else would write like a poem, and I got like a book. You know what I mean? And so I just kind of started doing that, and I really dug it. And I got into it, and I kept doing it. And I started getting into like, I've always been a fan of music.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? You always got that,
Yeah.
But I don't know, I started going to Detroit, and I watched a few people do like freestyle battles and shit.
All right.
And as I would watch certain people do it, I just knew that I could do that. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
in my head, I'm already thinking of shit. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Oh, yeah.
so I got into it in an alley one time behind St. Andrews with a couple of guys. And my cousin was like, let's sign you up and see what you can do. And I was like, you're out of your fucking tree. Like, I'm not doing that, dude.
Okay.
There's no fucking way. And then I did, and I fucking
then you did it, and
I
then you
won.
loved it.
And it was there from out.
Really? Yeah. So it just like that, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, and you never made that like connection or thought about that?
I never did, man. Because like, well, you knew me in school. Like, I was kind of a goofy.
Yeah,
fuck.
you were goofy for sure.
I was a shit talker, and
Yup.
but I was never one for like a glutton for like over attentive. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, I didn't want to be like the class clown.
Right.
But in our circle of friends or people that knew me, like I had a sense of humor.
For sure.
So to get into that, like public speaking,
Yeah.
fuck you.
I think a lot of people.
Yeah,
feel
I'm
that
not
way.
going to be a motivational speaker. But when it comes to music, as a front man, like being a vocalist for Self-Infliction and stuff like that, like to stand still and talk to somebody, it shows that you're nervous. You know what I mean? You can see it in sweat beads.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Your palms. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you look like you just got out of the shower in 5 minutes. But when it comes to music, you're allowed to bounce
Round and move.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So your nervousness and your adrenaline, you have different outputs for it. You know what I mean? And the first show I ever did with Self-Infliction was about 1,200 people. And I threw up twice before we went on.
All right.
The show went great. I walked off stage and puked again.
Isn't that crazy? Like that nervousness can do that to you.
Oh my God, it was fucking sick. I didn't realize how nervous I was until we got off the stage.
Right.
Because we were co-headlining something. If I don't remember.
Well, because it's almost like you just have to like, fuck, I gotta go out here and do this, and like you get lost in that moment for sure.
Well,
I mean, I've never played to like a large crowd, but like super
mics.
huge. But that's
my cousin Jason was a drummer for the band 20 Dead Flower Children, and they toured with ICP,
okay.
Orgy. You know, there's a list. But when I first got into music, he had told me the one thing that always stuck with me. People know you're nervous if you look nervous.
For sure.
So fucking play it off. You know what I
Right,
mean?
yeah. Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, exactly. So I threw up twice. We go on stage, and I've never really looked at 1,200 people in a room until you're
there.
8 feet higher than 1,200 people in the room. So I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I here? You know what I mean?
Right.
And then my drummer starts doing shit, and I'm like, I guess we're doing it. So we did, and the show actually did it. It went really well, thank God. And we got off, and he looks at me, and he was like, bro, it went great. And he goes to high five me, and I was like, fuck you. And I turned around, and he's fucking puked.
That's nuts. So where did the Self-Infliction come from? Like, where did that, how did that start?
The band actually started in Mayo up north.
Okay. I just was
with-
up in Mayo.
Yeah, with Brian Redaway and AJ Green, Meat Ducks. That's my cousin.
Okay.
And they put this little project together, and their first album did decent, you know, with local and
Right.
all that. And then from, I don't want to misquote anything, but Red got into like working with Harpo's and stuff like that. So he got into booking
Okay.
and all that. So that gave him a little leg in the door, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which got us to do shows with Mushroom Head and...
I mean, like, Harpo's was a good scene for a long time. I haven't...
Well, you know...
Recently, I don't know what's going on over there, but they were, like, the epicenter for a lot of stuff.
Oh, for sure. Well, it's been around since, like, the fucking 60s or something.
Yep.
I mean, hell, the fucking disco floor still works, dude.
No, really?
Yeah. On the right show, they'll light that fucker up like a candle.
That's awesome, actually.
No, it's pretty slick. But what Red got into with the whole booking thing and all that really put our foot in the door for a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? And we became friends with like Boba Flex and Mushroom Head and Isham and you know what I mean? So we were able to, with bringing me in, it gave them that kind of a rapper edge.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I can scream a little bit and we do the rap stuff. So it put us on for being able to literally go from a Mushroom Head show to Isham. You know what I mean? So we were doing a little bit of everything. And then we did some shit with like Dayton Family.
Okay, yeah.
Avenged Sevenfold before they knocked one out of the park. Kitty. Yeah, there's a laundry list of people that we were...
See, that's so crazy, you know, especially, like, that's what amazed me, right? When I seen that you were, like, oh, working on music, and I'm like, what, Jeremy Fields doing music? Yeah. You know, so then, like, I started looking and seeing all this stuff, and I was like, damn. And, like, just goes to show, like, you never know where you're going in life, or, like, the people that you do know or you've met, or, you know, like, what they've gone off and done. So that's crazy. So you do the Self-Infliction thing and end up being front man?
Well, not necessarily
just
the front
vocalist.
I'm a second. Brian Redaway he's the brains behind the whole operation when it comes to it. And then we're working on right now. Well, Self-Infliction itself is working on a trilogy album. So there's going to be a really like just hardcore album, and then there's going to be kind of that rap rock metal album, and then there's going to be like a cover album, so to speak.
You've heard this before, haven't you?
She's heard the speech, yeah.
She's doing hand motions and everything.
She's been in the room for some talks, yeah.
The same thing as
so,
hilarious.
Yeah, right. But no, so we're working on that, and then me and Mike McClain, rest in peace. We were getting ready to do another Social Void album, and he was going to be a big part of my mixtape.
So what was Social Void?
Which that's a funny talk too.
Good.
Yeah, right. How much time you got, bro? So, right, yeah.
I've had some go like 2.5 hours.
Jesus, yeah.
Just depending on the conversation.
Buckle up, bitches. So, all right. Mitchy Mitch.
Yeah.
Rest
okay.
in peace.
Yep.
Fuck. I don't want to say anything wrong. All right.
Dude, you know what's crazy?
Dates are gonna get fucked, and
I was trying to look up shit for Mitchy Mitch, and there's like almost nothing. There's 2 YouTube videos and his MySpace, but the MySpace won't play any of the songs.
Right. And ironically, everybody knew him. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's crazy.
I had a buddy one time, he told me, he's like, dude, you're the most known, unknown motherfucker I've ever met in my life.
And at the point that I met, it was funny because one of the music videos that's on YouTube is before he was all tatted up.
Yeah.
And so, like, it's crazy to see, right? Because, like,
dude, he was
when I met him,
covered.
he was covered head to toe in all these tattoos and was the most, like, thugged out white guy you've ever seen.
Well,
but then he talked so proper.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, nice to meet you.
Dude, he loved hunting.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was, like, such a contradiction of worlds. But then he just floated there in between it all.
He was
and
the
like,
classic don't judge a book by its cover.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, shit, what happened? It was before he died, but it was someone at a bar. Someone pulled a shotgun or something. He like wrestled the shotgun from the guy.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
there was some.
Yeah. He didn't give a fuck. Yeah.
Well, someone thought that something got stolen from them and saw it in someone's
pulls a
car.
gun out and
and
the
he
guy
went
grabs
home
the
and he
gun,
came back with a
don't fuck
shotgun.
with him.
And apparently, the story that I had heard, allegedly, all this happened. Mitch took the shotgun from him. So like it was just crazy. And then to find out, like, because him and I had talked when I was doing the DJing these shows and he was performing at some of them. He was talking about getting something going and wanting me to DJ for him.
Yeah.
And then literally like a month or 2 later, he dies.
Yeah, and in between that, he was starting up his label. I know before we went live, we were talking. And he had a guy that was going to back up some money, and he had a real good hookup with some stuff. And he come over with a bunch of paperwork with me and some beats and was like, you know, I want to get this laid out and I want to do it, like, you know. And I was like, all right, you know.
Yeah,
whatever,
he definitely seemed like the businessman, like
Dude,
about the business.
Dude, he definitely had a business mentality to him.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And he kept talking about this fucking grimy prick, Mike McClain. And he was like, dude, I want us 3 to do something together. And I was like, yeah, just let me know, like, whenever you're ready. And then he left my house, and a week later, he got in a car accident.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it was just like this, heard that he was in a car with his uncle and got in an accident. And it's so nuts how fast all that stuff can be over.
I don't know exactly the details of the accident itself, but I don't think anything crazy was involved.
Right.
It was just a freak accident.
Just something happened, yeah. It was nuts. And especially because, like, someone that seemed like they were about it, he was grinding a bunch. You know, and even when I was DJing, there was plenty of people that they were okay with success. They were okay with just being known on the local level and not going for something more.
That.
No.
Yeah. The dude's touring the Philippines. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean?
Out there grinding, dude, those international sales.
Dude, he called me and he's like, hey, you want to go on tour? And I was like, yeah, where are we going? He goes, the Philippines. I go, I can't go to the fucking Philippines right now. I go, I thought you meant like
that's funny,
the
right?
East Coast or something.
Drop everything. Let's go to the Philippines.
The other East Coast. Yeah, fuck you. I can't do that, dude. But he did. He took off and he went and did it.
That's awesome.
And hell, he got married. His wife was from the
crazy.
Philippines. Yeah, so he was such a cool cat. And then when he passed, I was at the funeral, and Mike walked right up to me and he goes, "Are you jelly?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "We need to fucking talk." I was like, "All right." I guess. Here we go. And I thought he meant like we're gonna have a no. He took me out of the fucking funeral, We go out to his car. He pops the trunk. He's got like 2 fifths. And he's like, let's have a chit chat. Like, all right. Fuck. Here we go. So we end up getting shit-faced at Mitchie's funeral. And he goes, I want to do a track for Mitch, which we never did. But we wrote...
It started with that intention,
thing,
huh?
Yeah.
And it led into something else.
Well, we went in, we were going over these beats, and the first one was IC. And we just kind of I started freestyling to it a little bit, just dicking around. And he was like, let's just go with that. And then before I knew it, we did 3 or 4 tracks in a matter of like 4 or 5 hours. Like we were going. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then like a week later, I met back up with him. And we went back to the studio, and he was like, let's do 1 or 2 tracks. We ended up doing like 2 or 3 more. Like, it just kept, like, that album went together so fucking smooth, it was ridiculous. You know what I mean?
It just
like,
happened.
It just happened, yeah. And I remember, ironically, Mike was known to get a little eccentric, to say the least. So, we're in the middle of 2 songs, and I said something that pissed him off. And he grabbed me by my neck. And he puts me up against the fucking wall. And I go, listen, you fat fuck. You got a better chance curing cancer than you do whipping my ass. And he let me go, and he's like, I love you, bro, I'm sorry. And then we just went back to recording. Like, we never even talked about it again. And then a week ago, we were sitting at my house, and he goes, you remember when you told me I had a better chance curing cancer? I go, I do remember that. He's like, I've never forgot that. He goes, that's a dick thing to say to somebody.
So to play some of Mike's music,
Yeah.
any good thing to bring up? Any specific song anywhere we can look?
You can go on YouTube. I know.
This is what I found of Mitch live.
Yeah.
I found this one.
Hoodie.
Yeah. I mean, so now he's covered in tats.
Yeah. Mike's hyping him up on this.
Yeah, he's off to the left.
Yeah. This was, if I remember right, there was a reason they did this show. Because it was at like a private club or something like that. Yeah. Mitch was, you see how his hat is?
Yeah.
That was his thing.
His thing, the bill of the hat bent up.
I asked, I go in there, I go, what the fuck is that all about? He goes, I'm a trendsetter, motherfucker.
Yeah, there's Mike. Yeah.
Now I can't believe they're both gone, dude. It's insane to me.
Well, when you posted on Facebook about Mike, I'm like, I know that guy. Because his name, whatever his last name is, what starts with an L, like, that was the name that showed up when you tagged him.
Well, Lubers is...
Right. And so then I'm looking, and I'm like, I know that guy from somewhere. So then when I clicked on his, and it's like, other known as Mike McClain, and I was like, oh, shit, now I know who that guy is.
That's
right.
that fucking guy. So Mitch is taking pictures of people taking pictures of him.
He had a lot of energy, too.
Dude, he
had a lot of energy.
Dude, live, Mitch was one of the coolest dudes to watch live. There's a thing like, all right, being an artist, to me, you got to be able to perform.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like, when I go on stage, I'm not even the same guy anymore. You know what I mean? I got either my face painted, I got the masks that I wear.
Right. I saw that. The
I
masks.
throw shit. Like, it gets weird.
Does it get annoying wearing those masks?
Sometimes.
Because you're sweating and shit. Come on, man.
Listen to me. If the club's really hot, well, the worst thing
starts
is
build up condensation.
The worst thing is when you wear
nuts.
the fucking makeup. Now, I remember talking to Shaggy Two Dope one time because his makeup's way cooler
that makeup's
than
got
mine.
to be crazy too.
Yeah, his makeup's way cooler than mine. But when they first started, he remembers, like, when you start to sweat, dude, that shit starts to drip into your eye, and it's not fun anymore. You know what I mean? Because now you're batting your eye off. You know what I mean? By the end of the show, you look like you got in a fucking fight. You know what I mean? Like, you got black eyes, you got shit dripping. You know what I mean? Your nose is running. It's a catastrophe.
Oh, I bet. I mean, I've always liked Slipknot. Like, what the fuck? How do you perform in those things? I can barely be in one of those for Halloween, and then you're gonna wear some
when we
crazy
do those
mask
shows,
and play rock
some
shows.
of those masks that I wear are like, I'm telling you, dude, you get 45-minute set or something, I am done. You know what I mean? Like, I take that thing off, and it needs to be washed heavily.
Sorry, I'm
No,
typing.
no.
I was slid a piece of paper. This one right here.
Yeah, this is Mikey Mike. He did this remix. A lot of the video was done. Remember the Hayloft?
Yeah. Oh, the fucking hayloft. Are you
All the
kidding me?
live shit, all the live shit
hayloft.
you see in this video is from the Hayloft.
That's hilarious.
When we did a show, me and Mike with hell, who was it? I'm trying to Yin Yang Twins.
Okay.
We opened up for the Yin Yang Twins and Motown Rage, and shout out to Motown Rage, Psychopathic. But he did this awesomely low budget video. What he did, dude, he recorded most of this himself.
He got it in the.
Bam!
Oh my God!
Shout out to Critical Bill,
place?
bro. Shouts
It
to
like
Critical
changed
Bill.
for a little while, then it came back as a hayloft, and I don't know if it's even open anymore or nothing.
Yeah, and then there's Candyman. Shout outs to Candyman. Fatal Voice. Yeah, that's cool. It's funny to go back and look at all this now. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
but his lyrics, his heart was in everything. You know what I mean? Like, I would freestyle some weird shit, and he'd just look at me like, dude, I ain't going that way, brah. He's got that grimy ass voice.
Yeah.
His voice is very distinctive.
Yeah, he was an interesting guy the times that I did shows
Yeah.
with him.
Yeah,
I mean, it
for
wasn't
sure.
someone that I was like super close with, or like talked to a bunch of times, but just the shows that we did, yeah. Seemed pretty sure. I seen him get pretty drunk one time.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, we would go to the studio, like, I'm like, dog, you can't even walk. But he would get into the booth.
He was probably close to that.
Dude, he was then you get in the booth. Oh, here's what we're doing. Are you ready? And it's like, what the fuck just happened? He goes in the booth. Dude, he's not the same person when he goes in there. And I remember when we recorded IC, because that was the first track we ever did together. I recorded, we go back and forth, whatever, but he comes out of the booth fucking sweating. Like, when he spits, he's in.
He's in there, huh?
He's in it to win it, dude. And I'm like, am I not intense enough? You know what I mean?
You
Like,
start to question yourself.
I'm
Like, am I doing this right?
ain't my first rodeo, but I feel like I need to get back on the horse. Like, you came out of this thing like it was a fucking boxing match, And here I am just kind of talking shit, But we played off each other really well, you know what I mean? And, like, same thing with, like, Self-Infliction. When I do stuff with Brian, we go back and forth, and sometimes people can't tell who's singing.
Right.
But we play off each other so well. We do practices and shit, and we barely go over our own shit. We'll do a karaoke set and do some other people's shit, just to get our voices.
Right.
In, you know what I mean?
Just kind of warm
and
up.
then we'll do a show, and it's like I don't know, when you have something like that, you want to try and keep it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
Well, because I think that's always been entertaining. I mean, that's when you see, like,
it's effortless.
that that play off of each other, like Beastie Boys or like Outkast would do it, like even Dre and Eminem in a couple songs do that, where it just transitions, like it's just I'm picking up right where you left off, and I'm gonna go here, then you're gonna pick it up in that.
It's funny you say that because we got compared to Outkast before, not as similar music style, but the fact that Andre and Big Boy are so different.
They are, yeah.
You know what I mean? And me and Mike, our voices are so different. But when I start to scream stuff, it almost has Mike's little grimy tone to it. He does it without any effort.
Dude, I'll tell you what, your voice is a lot more hoarse than I remember.
Dude, because I've spent a lot of time yelling. A lot of time screaming.
Yelling
and
at
shit.
music, yelling
and
at
then
work,
I became
yelling
a
at
dad.
kids. Yeah.
And I was married. So I got yelled at, then I was yelling. Yeah. Shit, yeah. So I wasn't in the studio yelling at microphones, I was yelling at children. Spent a lot of time.
Yeah, I hear you there. Where can we look for any of your stuff?
You can go.
So,
you can look
real
up
quick,
Social
just to
Void.
poke fun, this is how old Jeremy is. Well,
Ready?
I am too.
You ready?
Jeremy brought over a CD.
That has nothing on it. Do you just? Matter of fact, shout out to my girl My Soul. She's the one that put that together. I don't even have any of my own shit. And I'm not, if we're going to poke fun at people, 20 Dead Flower Children, fuck you guys. None of those dudes have any of their own shit. I called my cousin Jason one day because their second album, Candy Toy Guns and Television, was an amazing album. That's what put them on the map. Matter of fact, shouts to Violent J, his girlfriend at the time is on the cover of the album. And I called him one day and I'm like, dude, I need to get a copy of that shit, and like some shirts or whatever. Because they had shirts made. They were on MTV. They did Farm Club. And,
Really?
Yeah, like they were kind of a big deal. And he goes, yeah, I got nothing. And I'm like, well, who the fuck does that? I go, what kind of idiot doesn't have his own shit? Well, then we fast forward about 5 years. I tour and I do shit and I kind of establish myself and I got nothing. I don't have anything of my own. I barely have my own signature. I don't got shit.
Now, why is that? Is that just because you doing
I give it away.
the recording at other places? Or you just...
I went through mass hats, a lot of customized stuff, and I always give it away.
You hear that, kid? My son's playing VR and he's fucking yelling.
And he's
up
killing
there.
it though.
Yeah.
I tell you, when I came in, I thought I was gonna get shot by a Star Wars
By
trooper.
a fucking Star
I wasn't sure what the fuck.
Laser gun. I got lasers in this shit.
We come into your studio. I thought I was gonna have to duck and run. What's funny? It's like growing up, we had like fucking Atari.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you played.
And then like Sega Genesis.
Yeah, you played fucking ping pong, and you thought it was the coolest shit ever. Oregon fucking Trail.
Dude, it's not. Yeah, remember that shit? Being elementary school playing Oregon
This
Trail
kid's strapped upstairs
on the green,
like fucking Neo.
The green screen computer came in two colors. There was either the white monitor or the green monitor.
Yeah.
That was it. That was the only colors you had. Nonsense.
Yeah.
It is crazy to think of like where that shit is now. It blows my mind. On the regular, I play games that are so beautiful and realistic looking. It's just like, God
You
damn.
remember when your mom would tell you to get out of the car and tell them 5 on 2, and she got a half a tank of gas?
Yeah, no shit, right?
Yeah. Your kid's upstairs playing virtual fucking reality right now.
It's pretty nuts.
Dude,
pretty
it's
nuts.
insane.
I'll tell you what, it's crazy.
Yeah. And I sucked at Oregon Trail for the record.
I think everybody
I
did.
killed
You always died
every
of
one of my
dysentery.
kids.
Yeah.
There's
Everybody
always like,
died.
you lose like a kid on the way for some reason. Yeah, I was a horrible father even then.
You couldn't shoot the animals or catch the fish.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was.
Everybody
I was
starved.
pathetic.
Everyone got the plague.
Yeah, I died constantly. I never made it.
And then stuff like Mortal Kombat and shit came out, and then it was
that was always
and
fun.
that was like, oh, crazy. And even that's the thing that's amazed me the most is every time a new system comes out and there's games that come out that's like, man, this looks beautiful, and then I look back on it now and I'm like, that game I thought was amazing and it looks like garbage, and it's like,
dude.
how did I ever think that was realistic? How did that? What the fuck?
I went
It's crazy.
to my son's room one day, Brendan, and he was playing. It was like fucking Call of Duty. And I go, what are you watching? And he goes,
Called it that around my.
He goes, I'm playing a game. I go, what are you talking about? And I thought he was watching a fucking movie.
My dad came over. I was playing one of the NHLs, and he's like, "Oh, you're watching a hockey game?" I was like, "No, Dad, I'm playing this right
Hey, who's
now."
winning?
Yeah.
Me. What are you talking about? Yeah.
They look that good from like
You
if
don't
you're
play
not
hockey,
paying
you fat
attention,
bastard.
they look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I do with the controller, you prick.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny watching him try
I
to play
suck.
games. He's the guy that like moves the controller around all the time.
Oh my God. I turned
Yeah.
into that guy. Well, because I was good. I was good.
Oh, shit.
back
Dad
in the
bod,
day.
dad controller moves.
Dude, don't fuck with my dad moves, bro. All right? I had where I was good at like regular Nintendo,
Right.
Super Nintendo. I think right after N64, I fell off.
Fell off.
I fell off. I had shit to do. I had kids and weird shit happened. So fast forward to now, dude, I'll play like Call of Duty with Brendan or something like that every once in a blue moon. I'll hit start, I'll die. The fucker just snipes me and he's like, "Get with it, bro." And it's like, "What? Dude, I got nothing.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to walk." My stepson Riley, we were at my house not that long ago, and he set up everything. And he was trying to just show me how to move. I'm like, dude, you got to go to college just to fucking go
it's
forward.
crazy. I've got games that it's like,
yeah, I'm done.
The controls are so complicated.
I got enough shit going on. I don't need to learn this right now. All right, like, you gotta sign me up for like online programming.
See, that's
how
I spent. Like,
I'm done.
Like my ex-wife, I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't do anything, so I stayed at home a lot. So I had like a pool table. My buddies would come over all the time.
Yeah.
So my house was always the hangout
Yeah.
house. So I'm sitting here with this baby, and I'm bouncing him with one foot in his little bouncer thing, and just going to town. What else am I gonna do? I mean, I've been a gamer like my whole life. Like right now, I kick my son's ass all the time. He talks shit. Come on, old man. I'll see you do this, old man.
Dude, my son is taller than me now, so he'll be like, "Hey, little guy, what are we doing?" And it's like, you fucking prick.
Yeah, right? I took him. He started doing jujitsu for a little bit.
He sounds just like me, though, and I'm like, I can't.
Can't hate on it.
Dude, no, before I got divorced, we had a pool, and I got this, like, basketball hoop to put in the pool. And before I knew it, I was up in the air, and I was at the bottom of the fucking pool.
He picked you up.
Dude, he fucking DDT'd me.
I had some people over
like
yesterday.
a champion, and I'm like, you prick. I'm your dad, and he didn't give a shit.
I had some people over yesterday, and there was some little 6-year-olds running around, and my son snuck up behind one of them and picked him up, and I mean, fucking threw this little kid. I'm like, no, what are you doing? And I mean, he like fucking face planted, like belly flop face planted straight in the water. I'm like, oh shit, this little kid, man.
Red belly.
Like, Dylan, what are you doing?
Red belly.
I mean, he just, gotcha, and it's like he's been working with my dad doing construction, so like home remodeling, repairing stuff, so maybe he doesn't know how strong he is now, who knows, but he sent this little kid flying. I was like, oh shit.
No, he woke up one day and went through fucking puberty. Yeah. I remember my little brother, he's 12 years younger than me, and he's, I don't know, 6'1", 6'2", like 240, 250. I used to take his clothes, his hand-me-downs, for work clothes.
Wow.
When I was doing remodeling.
Wow.
He was 14, and my stepmom was like, hey, I'm going to go get Corey some new pants. You know,
do you want his old ones?
Do you want these ones for work? Because I go through them remodeling and shit.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
So I was like, yeah, for sure.
He just trash clothes.
I put them on, and I'm like, what the fuck? Dude, he's like 34, 32 or some weird shit, and I'm like, dude, I'm like 130. He was bigger than me at 14.
That's crazy.
So
that's real crazy.
I was 26.
Yeah. That's nuts.
Yeah. And he started that same shit. We'd get in the pool, and it was like, so now with Brendan, I'm like, God, you're just like your uncle. Just young and a dick. Like,
they all are.
They all are.
Look, my kid just started working.
Yeah, that's called parenting.
He just started working
now
for
I know
my
why my dad hates
this
me.
summer, right? So he's been working for maybe a total of 4 weeks. After the first 4 or 5 days, and 2 of those days, they cut out early because they were tearing down and building new decks, and there was like a heat advisory and stuff. My dad's like, we're not working. So 2 of those days, out of the first 4 days he worked, 2 of them he came home early at like 12 or 1 o'clock, right? He had the nerve to tell us the next week we got into something, and he's just like, you know what? I work harder than both you and Megan. And Megan's like, what did you say? Fine, you can buy all your back to school shit now.
Yeah. Guess who just lost that fucking battle?
Yeah. So it's funny. So since he's been working, like, he comes home one day, and Megan comes home, and she's like, did you do your chores? He's like, what? I just worked all day. I got to come home and do chores, too?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, damn straight. Welcome to life.
Yeah.
Hashtag adulting.
Yeah, wait till you get married, buddy.
Right? Yeah.
Dude, I would work 12 hours. I'd come home, and my ex-wife would be like, hey, so you cutting the grass?
Yep.
Fuck yeah, I am.
Oh, mine.
Fuck yeah, I am. I was hoping you'd remind me.
She doesn't like waiting for me.
Yeah.
I'll come home and the grass is cut, the snow
Did you
is
preheat
blown,
the fucking
everything.
mower?
I just did that.
Yeah, I'm like, God damn it. Here's where we're at in life.
Yeah, she'll do all that
Dude,
stuff because she doesn't
adulting
want to wait for me to
sucks,
get home
bro.
and do it, so she just does it.
You know, everybody says, like, if you could go back, where would you go? A lot of cats are like 21 and fuck that. I want to be 16 again.
You know what's funny?
16.
I
Because
was
I was
talking
old
to my
enough
daughter.
for no responsibility, but young enough for just a little bit.
Yeah.
And I could leave
You
the house.
could get a job
Yeah.
and get some money and
could-
not really have bills.
And not pay for shit.
Yeah.
The only thing I had to cover was gas.
That's funny you say that.
And that
Because
was 10
literally, my
fucking
daughter was we were just talking about this the other day, and I was like, something about like, oh, you want to grow up faster than, because she's getting a little older, and she's like, no, I want to stay a kid. And I was like, yeah. And she goes, what age do you wish you would have been, Dad? And I said 16 for the same shit, because it was like I had enough freedom where I could go do stuff.
You had
I
responsibilities,
could get a
but
job,
you didn't
have
really
money,
have
but
responsibilities.
exactly, yeah. Oh, I had to, that was when I started like
paying for my own clothes and shit because I had my own money and
Right, yeah.
yeah, that's
So you dropped,
hilarious.
yeah, you made some cash, you dropped 50.
Yeah, because
But you did it with pride. You know what I mean? Like right now, if you spend $50, you're like, how the fuck can I save 10?
Yeah, no shit. Like, oh man,
And then they're like, you might drink too much. You know why?
yeah,
Because life sucks.
right.
Because I want to be 16 again.
I'm a whiskey connoisseur now,
Oh yeah, are you kidding me?
and I never used to drink.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Like-
change my stage name to Jack Daniels.
There you go.
What's your favorite whiskey though?
Ooh, my favorite right now is Four Roses single batch. I want to say it, or small batch. Four Roses small batch. It's a little peppery, so it's got a little bit of a spice to it. It's good stuff. I don't have any of it right now though. I do have,
Well, shame on you.
But I don't
I
have
know,
any.
but
right
I don't
now.
have any right now.
Son of a-
Some
And then I
alcohol
really
is
got
hard.
recently.
Well, I have this Seagram's
Oh, we can have some.
because of
I got a bottle.
in honor of my little fallen
So Jeff,
fat bastard.
you're obese bastard.
my
So
obese
what's
bastard.
going on with that? Because I know you're trying to put on a show. So what's
So yeah, no, I'm glad you brought that up. What I want to do is I want to set up a benefit show in honor of Mike to help his brother, because Mike really, family wise, only has his brother. Mike went from
who was posting messages from
Orphanage
Mike's
and-
page? It
and
looked like
things
Mike
like
was
that.
like talking from the grave the other day.
oh my god, dude, Ron, his brother Ron, I love you to death, dude, you're my bro. But the motherfucker called me from Mike's phone, and I was like, dude, stop it. He's like, I didn't even think about that, my man. I'm like, dude, I can't, like, yeah, my phone just goes McClain, and I'm like, I almost started crying again. I've been crying for 3 days. I'm over it. I can't. My tear ducts are taking an ass whooping, dude. I'm done. You know what I mean?
Right. No,
So
I hear
yesterday
ya.
I'm sitting there and I look at my phone. It says McClain, and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, what's up, Ron? I'm like, he's like, what? I'm like, don't ever. I got your number. You have your own phone. Stop it.
Right. Yeah, it was just bizarre because
Yeah.
like all
Knock
these
it
people
off.
like, oh, sorry, my condolences. Oh,
Yeah.
thoughts and prayers, and then it's like Mike McClain
I
saying
know.
shit. It's like what?
Yeah, he
And then he like, this is his brother Ron.
yeah.
or something.
This is not Mike, by the way. I know. Turns out they got Wi-Fi in heaven. I don't know what the fuck.
So the show and everything.
So yeah, I want to. I'm hoping. I don't want to name any venues right now. Still waiting for that, but I'm hoping to get a venue around Warren area because Mike was mainly from Mount Clemens, and we both had, friends in Oakland, Macomb, and you know what I mean.
all
Like,
over.
so to do something,
Kind of
excuse me.
central.
yeah, to do anything in more Detroit, it's harder for people to drive out there and stuff like that. So I want to set up a benefit show, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, maybe 8 artists, give or take, or bands or whatever.
Right.
But I do want to do a Social Void show also, and I'm going to have other artists do Mike's verse.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So you take Brian from Critical Bell said he's gonna do Mike's part for IC. You know what I mean? Which was our first like real track we did.
Okay.
And then I'll probably get my boy B Double, who was real close with Mike. I'll have him do a track, and I'm just gonna get people that were friends with Mike that were artists to do his lines
Like a tribute
for my set, yeah. And there's one venue I am talking to specifically right now that I'm hoping lets me do it, and I think they will. Well, I want to do like a $5-6 door cover, and the door goes right to Mike's brother Ron to help cover
For the funeral and
expenses
everything,
and
right.
stuff like that. And that way the bar takes the bar.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's just a little benefit deal. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I would love to do that. And when I do, definitely I'll let you know.
Yeah, let me know.
And,
I'll
we can
I'll
go
put a
from
link
there.
and stuff on the
Yeah, for
on
sure.
the description and everything,
Yeah,
so
I
that
would
way
love
people can get in touch with you that way, or what's your social media stuff? So like if
if
anyone
you-
does want
well,
to reach out in the meantime.
I mean, we do have the Social Void Project Facebook page, but we never use it. Ironically, like we don't do shit. Mike was such an advocate of just doing live shit.
I agree, and that's one of the things that drives me nuts about like even this. Like
The
I never
old
had
school
Instagram
grind.
or Twitter or any of that.
Yeah, like if
I
you
never had that
if
stuff.
you take the Social Void and just put the void together, because Social Void is one word,
Okay.
and then just put. Well, there you So if you go to IC right underneath, right there.
This one.
That was the first track we did together, and we did this in a matter of
Damn, that's young Jeremy there, even though it's black and white.
I know, right? Man, I look good.
It's my son. He's like, I'm so sexy right now.
Yeah, you have no idea what you're looking at. There's Mikey. His voice is so distinctive.
And it feels grimy for, like, when you met him, it wasn't like looking at him, just, just a white kid, whatever. It seemed like it was a little more than, like, it projected more than he looked like he would.
When you look at him or you hear him rap, he's grimy. But if you talk to him,
Right.
he's polite as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, my mom loved him. Like, he would help clean the house and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
You want me to take the garbage out, Ma? And he just fucking run the garbage.
That's
you know what I mean?
awesome.
Like, that was him. But we would get in the booth, we would start writing, and he would just turn into McClain. And it was like, fuck, here we go.
Like you said, like the alter ego. Like you said
Yeah.
for you, too. It's like
Yeah.
someone else out there.
No, exactly. No, like when we would go live, like for shows and shit, I don't talk to anybody for 10 minutes before we go on.
Just trying to get in that
get my-
headspace.
Yeah. Yeah. This is that sexy bastard right now. I did look good then. Not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, me too. Like, I mean, what you see now before you is totally
Yeah.
different than when we were in school. Holy shit.
Yeah.
$5 hot readies and a desk job, and
Yeah. You're welcome, America.
shit.
No, this
man.
was this album went together so smooth, man. And like I said, I've tried for the past 2 days.
Who did the music for you guys? Like, who did the beats?
We worked with a few different producers. I do believe Stir Crazy from Psychopathic was a part of it. Oh, Jesus. There was a few of them. I don't remember everybody specifically. Especially for this album, because it was so long ago. We did this probably 6 years ago. I think, somewhere in there. But, yeah, there was a few people that were involved. We had a home studio.
Okay.
Our boy Locks, he had his basement set up, and Mitchy, Mitch, and Mike put a whole thing together to where, they had the booth was set up in a room, it was padded,
Yep.
good mic, you know what I mean? Like, it looked like a good studio. Like, they worked
Just
their
set up in
asses
the
off on it.
basement.
Yeah.
Eventually, I want to wall this. I was preparing the walls over there, fixing a bunch of the from the rebar when they did the foundation.
Yeah.
They started getting mold and stuff in water, so I popped them all out, plugged them all, hydraulic cement and stuff. So eventually, I want to drywall all this and make this a room.
Yeah,
make a room
I know
over
a
there, and then start doing it. Yeah, well, me too. That's what my dad does too. and by partial trade, me also.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we're not gonna brag about that one.
worked on enough projects, but yeah, that's the funny thing, because bathrooms in both of our houses, I've redone all the bathrooms myself
Yeah.
and stuff, and like this last one, oh my god! So this last one, this half bath, I was like, I'm not doing it. My knees are killing me. I've had knee surgery and stuff. Like, I don't want to be doing tile and crap. I'm just done for now.
Yeah.
I'll just have my dad do it, but she didn't want to wait. So then, like, I come home, and I mean, we spent like a good amount of time acquiring everything needed for the bathroom, the tile, a
Guess who's
new
doing it?
shower enclosure, and all this stuff, right? And then she didn't want to wait for my dad, so then all of a sudden, like, I come home and all the shit we had is gone. She took it all back. So then last fall, winter-ish, when she was like, let's do the bathroom again, just you do it. And I was like, fine, I'll just do it.
Yeah.
So then we're back at the store buying all the same shit that that we'd already
Fine.
bought. But it was funny because I gave her shit when we were in the store, like, we're looking at tile, and I'm like, I'm I'm getting a really weird sense of deja vu right now. I feel like we've done this before, so, but then I just ended up doing it all myself.
Yeah.
But
no, that's cool. No, it's good to know. My dad was always an advocate on being a tradesman.
yeah.
Like being able to do yourself. This song is actually kind of funny how we put this one together. Ease Up. Mike wanted me to do a spoken word thing.
Okay.
This goes that whole poetry.
Poetry, yeah.
So if you start it over, I'll let you listen to it. I literally freestyled a spoken word poetic thing.
Hey, you knock it off.
And I thought it was kind of cheesy, but Mike liked it, and we kept it. So this is like one take, 5 shots, and allegedly other things involved.
Life only serves a purpose if you think that yours is worth it. If you're weak-minded, stupid, or retarded, it's curtains. Mitch, hold me down, homie, remember your name. Temporarily insane right now, too many thoughts are clouding my brain. Unfortunately, if you lose your mind, you can never get it back. Just like packing a gun with no bullets if you run to protect. Go to church for God and try to make a call to Jesus. When opportunity comes to complete our story, we're hoping he believes us.
And then there's Mike's grimy ass voice.
No, I think the spoken word sounded good, and I think there's sometimes I've heard some really good songs that have had like that part done where like the whole first verse or somewhere would just be kind of that spoken word.
That's what I was saying before. Like with Mike, it was, dude, I don't care how fucked up he was, bro. He had a vision. He knew what he wanted to do. Yeah. So he'd be like, Jake, go in, do this, shut up, don't argue with me. And I'd be like, all right, whatever, dude, fuck off. Don't argue with me. So I'd go back and I did that. And he was like, thank you, sir. And then we started writing to this. And like we wrote, like Ease Up, this track right here, we wrote this in like 30 minutes, dude.
Really?
We literally both just damn near just like we would freestyle a lot of shit.
Did you have a lot of that, like where you just kind of go in and just start banging stuff? I mean, it sounds like
once we heard the beat, and it turned into Mike would go. I could see him getting himself ready,
right.
And then he would usually do the hook first.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So like when it comes to this right here, all we got. Like he would record this, and while he would record the hook, I was already like working on the verse.
Right.
So I would go in the booth and do my verse, and while I would like damn near freestyle that fucker, he'd be like, "Let me in, Yahweh," with his little grimy ass word, Yahweh, and he'd do his shit. But he'd get so angry. He'd come out of the booth sweating, bro, all the time. And I was always like, God damn, like, I'm not heavy enough for you. Like, I don't, loudmouth himself. He hates Drake.
It's good to have that passion.
This is his hatred for Drake. Right here. That's Mike. When Drake first became Drake, he did that song with M and Kanye and all that, and I was like, dude, that's kind of a dope track. And he's like, you know who he is? And he was so mad. The fact I even brought it up.
What, he was on Degrassi?
Yeah. He's like, he's a fucking Nickelodeon motherfucker. And he's so pissed. And I'm like, so the dude can't do that? And he's like, fuck him. And he was so pissed. So something, I can't remember exactly what it was. But Drake did something. And we got in the booth like the next day. And we recorded Ease Up. And
he just went off?
He was like, fuck Drake. And I'm like, well, I thought the song was kind of dope. You know, like M kills it. He's like, fuck Drake. And he goes right in on it. And it's like,
I don't know. I've known people like that throughout life that there's just someone that irritates them for no real
it was funny
reason.
Because
it's
I'd
just,
be like, why don't you like him?
Yeah.
He's like, because I said I don't. we would argue like children. You know what I mean? And then we would record shit and it'd work out, and that was it. I remember Locks, who produced a lot of our shit for us, would engineer a lot of shit. We'd come out of the booth and he'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" So don't worry about it. We're good. But that's just how we did it, dude. We were literally like fucking brothers, dude. Like you couldn't. We met at that funeral for Mitch, and from there we were inseparable.
So what for you when you're working on music? Like, where does it come from? So like the poetry stuff, right? You were talking about kind of led to all of this, really.
Well, ironically, all right, like I actually thought about M's verse in that Drake song. How he chopped himself up. You know what I mean? When I listen to music, I really listen to lyrics.
Me too.
And I listen to style.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And the patterns that they're using, the rhyme schemes and stuff.
Because it's easy to listen to a beat and just write 8 bars or 16 and just ride that. You know what I mean? But I always wanted to separate myself as an artist and be a little bit different. And M does that very well.
Yeah, he'll switch styles a couple times in a song, for sure.
Exactly. So, like, when we did IC, even this one, Insanity, I try to just chop myself up a little bit and make it different. You know what I mean? So I don't really ride the beat necessarily, but I don't get off of it either. So if I speed something up or I slow something down, it's still with it, but it's separate from just being your average.
It's following the for sure.
Just following that wave. You know what I mean? I like to get off of it a little bit. So that was always, and Mike did the same thing, and I think that's a lot of why we worked so well together. You know, when it came to actually writing music, we would do it. Because he chopped himself up a lot, too.
So besides puking, what was like the craziest show experience you did? What was the craziest show you were a part of?
All right. I can tell you a couple. With Self-Infliction, we had girls that would hang from hooks from their backs.
Oh, you had some of that shit, huh?
Yeah. Grimy.
I don't want to look at that. I can empathize. I can just put myself in there and I'm like, no.
We did the Carnival of Chaos with Mushroom Head.
Okay.
So we had these 2 girls with these fucking gigantic fish hooks in their backs, and they elevated.
Yeah, they're suspended, yeah.
Yeah, and
hanging by hooks.
The Asylum Angels. Give them a little plug. My boy Rampage. He did it also, and he's a big boy.
And he did it?
Yeah. And he would do it, and he would, like, spit fire and shit.
While hanging from hooks?
Yeah, so we're co-headlining with Mushroom Head during the Carnival of Chaos. And I fucking pushed Rampage, and he starts swinging back and forth, and I can watch the blood just come out of his back. And I'm like, Jesus.
That takes a special person.
I don't want to do it.
Fuck no.
No, I just think
I don't want to get a fish hook caught in my hand.
No, it's like sex.
Let alone a giant one in my back.
It's
like
ow,
sex, though.
If I say ow more than like 2 times, it's not fun anymore. Yeah.
Well, that's where the safe word comes
Yeah. You gotta yell Oklahoma or something. You gotta have, that's fucking silly.
Pineapples.
Yeah.
Right.
Cucumber.
No, that's a little too close. That might actually get used.
Yeah, right.
Are you telling me to stop or you want that?
What did you want? I got one right here. Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, that shit's
But no, we
crazy.
always did, we like I said, even with Self-Infliction, even me and Mike, I always want to put on a show. It's cool to sound like your album so you can hear the music, but visually, I want you to see something. So that's where the face makeup comes in, or the masks, or the lights, or the Asylum Angels, where we'd have them do. You know what I mean? Like we always did something.
Nova, come here.
To make it separate from.
My dog is talking. She thinks.
She wants interview.
Well, she probably wants to eat or something. Who knows?
So that we always made it separate. We wanted to be, because I know, like, one of one of the tours we did with Isham, we were in Cleveland, and there was like 4 or 5 little rappers that opened up for us. And I don't ever want to talk bad about anybody, but I watched a few of them that just, like, you got a stage.
Right.
And they didn't move within a 4-foot circle.
Yeah,
Like,
I was going to ask you that,
no-
because you were talking about, like, earlier you were saying, like, bouncing around, like public speaking, like when you see when someone's nervous and they just stand there, but then, like,
Right.
you got this, you can, as an artist, you can move and perform and make that part of the whole performance.
Yeah, when I
Does
do
that
a
drive you
show,
nuts when people just kind of stay in
it
one spot?
fucking kills me. Like, there's some where I'm like, do you want me to be your hype guy? Like, you want me to Flavor Flav this motherfucker for you?
Right.
Like, somebody, like, if you're at a concert, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. You don't have Slipknot's budget for Flames and Psychotic.
but still put on that show.
But move, man.
Yeah.
You know, if you were, your only excuse is if you have a crutch or a fucking wheelchair. If you walked on stage, then you can walk around the motherfucker.
Yeah, for
You know
sure.
what I
And
mean?
I think that can be a common thing that some people do. Like, even like rock, when they're I know you're playing instruments, but like it's always fun to see, like, the guitarist really get into it, or the bass player really getting into it, not just standing there doing doom 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 doom.
Well, I tell you what, if
know.
anybody ever has an argument, watch the fucking Foo Fighters live.
Yeah. Yup.
You know what I mean? Dave Grohl is an amazing vocalist, an insane guitar player, and one
Great drummer.
motherfucker
Yeah.
of a performer.
Shit, I mean, I think he performed that one whole tour after he broke his leg. Like, he still performed sitting in a throne or something.
Yeah,
and shit.
fuck you. The guy put on a show with a broken leg.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a performer. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean. Like, I want people to walk away from any show that you see me at going, that was fun.
Right.
Fuck you if you Google me or not. I don't care. But at least you had fun that night.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's
For sure.
Yeah.
And that's a great thing, because I've been to those shows that were just kind of like, huh, and then I've been to other shows that were like, dude, just the energy. Like,
Yeah.
that was like when I was talking about Mitch, like, watching these performers. Some people, they just kind of performed, and they would, kind of get into it, but they just stayed there, whatever. And like, Mitch would work the whole stage, and back and forth, and he was always so, like, just hype and trying to get in. Those were always the ones that stuck with you, because they were just like,
funny?
damn, those people.
Like, I've played Harpo's way too many times, but the stage is fucking huge.
Is it?
It's probably about 30 feet long. It's about 8 feet high. You know what I mean? And about 15 feet deep. Like, it's a fucking stage. You know what I mean? So you're over the crowd.
Right.
You know what I mean? So for you to do a show and you just stand in the middle of that, if you're nervous, I get it. If it's your first show or something like that. But if anybody takes anything away from anything I can say, that's what I want you to fucking do. Pay attention, bro.
Put on a show.
Put on a show. Walk around.
for
Move
sure.
around. Get into the crowd. Let the crowd know that you're there for them. And I've done shows with 200 people. I've done shows with fucking 10,000 people. And the show is the exact same. Matter of fact, a buddy of mine, you might know his name, Wes Borland.
Yep.
He was in a band called Black Light Burns for a minute with Nick, who was the turn guitarist for 9 Inch Nails, and Marshall was the drummer, and Sean, I think, played bass. Anyways, I met out with those guys at the IROC in Detroit,
Okay.
and it was, 200 people probably, give or take. If you've ever watched Limp Bizkit's 99 Woodstock, in front of fucking 18 million fucking people, however fucking many was there, like half the world, he does the exact same performance in front of 200 people. And that was his thing. We were hanging out. I hung out with him till like 5 in the morning, dude, we were fucking hammered. But his whole thing was, I don't care if there's one person there. I'm doing that show. I'm putting on my show. And I respect the fuck out of what he said.
Yeah.
Because he played it just the same. He did it like a champion. And Black Light Burns, they're not doing anything now. It was a cool band, man. I don't know if you ever heard of it or not.
No, I know that when he separated with Limp Bizkit, he had a side like his own other thing.
That was the
going
thing.
on. Is that what it was?
Black Light Burns. You know, he has a house in Detroit.
No.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, all right. So, all right, yeah, you pulled this up. All right, so You look at, dude, there's fucking a million.
Well, and I mean, he was the one that stood out. Like
he was always that outcast.
he
With his
definitely stood,
makeup
oh yeah,
and all that. Yeah,
oh for sure. He always had the crazy fucking eyes.
Yeah,
because he had the contacts in and stuff for sure.
So we talked. Look at him. Look at him. That's my buddy.
I mean, he looks like fucking Nightcrawler.
Shout out to Wes, dude. I love that dude. He's such a cool guy. When he did the show at IROC, he cut the guitar strings off his guitar and drew this big mural weird thing and gave it to Steve and Ted, the owners at IROC.
Oh, okay.
And they have it hanging up above the bar. He was the most respectable son of a bitch, man. He's such a cool dude. He's like Mike, bro. If you watch him, you're like, that fucking dude's nuts.
Yeah.
But once you meet him, he's polite. He's got etiquette.
Like, and
you know
at
what
least
I mean?
like this, like watching them, like
look at him.
They're all.
He's a fucking
They're
lunatic.
all well. They're all feeling the music. Like I've seen
Dude,
plenty
that's
of
what I'm saying.
bands where
Once
like
dude.
they're not even moving at all.
Yeah.
Like it's.
No, once I get into it, dude, I'm done. I'm not the guy.
What's your take on? So like, when I would DJ these mix shows,
Yeah.
a lot of times it was here's the actual track, and then they just rap over or they perform over the vocals that are on there that are already on the track, which borderline becomes lip singing at a certain point.
Well,
right?
if you're doing your if you're using a real mic, if you're not gonna Britney Spears the motherfucker, I get where you're going. Mike did that also, but reason being was he would go so fucking nuts. He wanted the music to keep playing if he had to take a breath. You know what I mean? But for the most part, you could hear his vocals. You know what I mean? And Mike's outlook on it, and he kind of turned me on to the same vibe, was having that like echo effect. Because like when we record, I'll do, and I got this from Eminem actually. When we record, I'll do a 16, then I'll go back and I'll double it over and do it again. And M's big for doing that.
Because I know like the ad libs and stuff is a popular thing too.
Yeah, well I'll do that's on your third run. Yep. So I'll do the verse. So excuse me, I'll do a 16. I'll do it again, and then I'll go back in the studio for a third time, and then I'll
do the ad libs and stuff. Yeah,
background ad libs and shit like that.
Because I mean, I've had performers do that where it was just the instrumental, and with their ad libs already in there, so it kind of kept them on track too. Yeah. But then other ones that were just like the straight up, it was.
You can only do that if you are friends with the fucking engineer. You know what I mean? Because a lot of guys, they'll pay for studio time, and they got their CD, and that's all they got. So when they do a live show, you know what I mean? So shout out to those cats that are doing it, because that's why they do it. They can't afford to go back to the studio and say, hey, take my vocals out, but leave my...
Do you think now, though, that it's... So, like, you were talking about the studio that you were working at with Locks that he had set up in his basement. Do you think that that's even more popular now with the level of equipment and access that everyone has? Like, legit, what you're... Like, this setup right here, that whole setup for the mic, $35 on Amazon. So, like... You know, you're able to get some decent stuff now that's way better than what we were able to when we were coming up, or you were working on music and trying to like really get out there. That grind, that old school grind, almost doesn't exist anymore.
No, you know what's funny? Speaking of old school grind, the first time I met Eminem, I was 15. I was skateboarding up at Lincoln High School.
Okay.
And him and Proof rolled up on me. He was selling his fucking Infinite.
Yeah, Infinite.
It was either a tape or CD. I can't remember which one it was. But I bought it for $10. And they got out of the car. We talked shit for a minute. Literally like 5 minutes, give or take. And I bought it, and they rolled out, and that was it. I listened to it a few times. I thought it was cool. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Shit, like a year later is what?
Well, this was in like 98. I think, give or take. Because in 99 or 2000 was when Dre signed him.
But
most of that Infinite album turned into the Slim Shady LP. So anyway, I ran into him again a few years later. We were, we have mutual friends and all that shit. So I ran into him and I was like, hey, bro, I don't know if you remember me. I go, but I bought your album. I was the one skateboarding. I go, I just thought, I'm glad you made it, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? And he goes, I do remember. I was like, man, you're just talking shit. Yeah, I mean, like, you sold how many CDs out of a trunk?
Yeah, for sure.
He goes, no, you don't want to know I remember you? He goes, because fucking Proof's car blew a fucking... Dude.
He remembers you because something fucked up his day.
Yeah, his fucking serpentine belt went, and I was the only one that bought his CD that day, so they used that money to buy a new fucking belt. He goes, so yes, I do remember you.
That's hilarious.
I go, fuck yeah, bro.
That's hilarious.
So then I was working in Manchester Estates where he lives. We were redoing some houses and shit. And so obviously we've ran into each other a few times at this point. So he would see me in the road and just roll his window down and flip me off. And that's all. We've done that for years now. So me and M go back to flip off. That's it. If you ever see us together, we're flipping each other off. And that's crazy. That's our relationship.
So you used to skate?
Yeah.
Never would have pegged you as a skater back then.
Dude, I was skate semi-pro. Actually, the skate park in Auburn Hills,
yeah.
I cut the ribbon with the mayor and helped design that.
No way.
Yes, sir.
Really?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I got a board out in the garage.
Yeah,
I was just looking
Remember
at
the whole
longboards.
dad bod thing? Yeah.
Dude, I was out doing pop shovels and shit the other day.
I can still kick flip. Don't fuck with me.
I can flip the board. I don't know if I'm landing it.
Dude, I will pull the growing in minutes.
Yeah.
We gotta.
Man, yeah. I used to skate nonstop.
Yeah, I did a lot of it. Rob Meyer, Steve Markham, Scotty Kearns. We skated right into the Auburn Hills fucking meeting one day at the City Hall.
Really?
And we were like, listen, fuckers.
What the fuck?
If we get one more goddamn ticket.
Oh, man. Well, so like by me, because I lived over in the Bloomfield Orchards, so by me there was...
That's what I'm saying. Dude,
across from
right
where
next
that
to Speedway,
was,
we used
there
to
was
skate.
Skater Alley, they called it, in between the two buildings.
Dude, we got ticketed fucking constantly.
Dude,
so we finally said, fuck it. Here's what we're doing. 2, 3, 4 years, some bullshit like that. Brian Marzal from the city of Auburn Hills called me. And he goes, we're approving your idea, because he's actually a friend of my dad. And he goes, we're going to approve the skate park deal.
My brother skated there a bunch.
So I helped design...
That's cool.
The idea. Well, when me and Scotty were getting involved in it, we made it, like, huge. And they're like, listen, Olympics, we're not doing that.
Tone it down.
Yeah, he's up, dude. So we ended up fucking doing it like, it's like a third of what we and Scotty did. Because we literally, dude, take this fucking pad of paper. That's our shit. They did this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like, little corner.
They're like, calm down, motherfucker. But they ended up doing it, and then I cut the ribbon with the mayor, and Scotty was the first person to fucking skate on that bitch.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you're welcome, Auburn Hills.
That's awesome. Shit, man, Jeremy.
Dude.
Would have never known.
I'm a big deal.
Would have never known.
I'm not
dude,
at all.
Yeah, that was like one of the things that I did constantly, man. That was back in like the AOL Messenger days. We'd be like, yo, want to go skate somewhere? We'd just go hit up a parking lot somewhere.
That shit.
We'd hit up a parking lot and just skate all night. Yeah. Oh, man. Tons of times.
Dude, I remember Auburn Hills would come and then we'd just shoot across the street because then it was Bloomfield.
Yep, yeah. You just go across the street.
We'd wait for Auburn Hills to leave and then we'd skate on the other side. Because it was that, what was that bank called? Was it Bank of America?
It might have been, yeah. I can't remember what the bank was. We'd just go over there and skate that shit.
And then we would just go on the other side.
Man, I went this one time with one of my roommates. I don't know if you remember Louis Dearman. He was an English kid.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Louis and Chris Hockman. I don't know if you remember Chris. We all lived together. We got our first apartment.
I'm
together.
still friends with Louis. I talk to Louis every now and then on Facebook, dude.
Yeah, I talked to him not that long ago.
We used to ride bikes together, dude.
Yeah, he was big into BMX bikes.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, we lived together. Our first apartment.
He watched me damn near die.
He came to one of the dances, and his foot. He had went to a park and was riding, and he slipped, and the pedal. Because the BMX pedals are fucking like teeth on them things. Went into his fucking shin.
Yeah.
And he comes into the dance. It was one of the Avondale dances.
Shin.
And he comes in, and his whole fucking sock is bloody. I'm like, Louis, why?
Accent.
I'm like, why you got two socks on? He's like, oh no, this one's blood. And then like some light hit it, and it was just his shoe, everything. We're like, what the fuck are you doing here? Why'd you come to the dance? Yeah. And, I mean, it was hilarious. What the fuck are you doing? Yeah, dude. I'll tell you what, man.
Yeah, because he lived in Westbury Village. And we remember there was that trail that you could ride around, and you come out and you jump that thing and you go right down the hill. I did that and my fucking tire came off. I don't know what happened, but my front tire, as soon as we hit that ramp,
Just came off the
my
spokes.
front tire went, and I went one way, tire went the other. Dude, and I was fucking devoured, bro. And Louis was like, I got it. And he's got that little English accent and shit. And
Yeah.
whenever I haven't talked to him in years, but we Facebook each other every now and then, but no, Louis a good dude, man, and he's a dad now and all that jazz, but I always love talking to his mom.
The stories I got.
And then I would start doing the English accent to make fun of him and shit.
Oh yeah,
he can never do the English.
His mom died.
He can never. What?
Yeah, his mom died a few years back. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, oh, and
Hello, love. What you want me to do today?
Oh yeah, so that was why we got an apartment, because they were moving. They wanted to move back to Ohio, his stepdad and his mom, and he didn't want to move. So we all went and got an apartment together. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna let this dog out of here because she's being...
Get your fucking.
If you want to,
out of here.
yeah, just let her up past the gate. Thank you very much. Yeah, she's a brat.
Look at that, dude. Could you imagine?
No, that's
that
fucking
show?
nuts. That's got to be nuts. Limp Bizkit's footage is still playing.
I did the like I said, I did with the Carnival cast. I think there was like 10,000 people.
That's a huge fucking crowd,
Bro, I had a hard on for 2 weeks.
Some kid from Southeast Michigan, and you're standing in front of 10,000 people. That's got to be a pretty fucking
And I'm
awesome
fucking
feeling.
dude, and I'm fucking nobody, bro. It was so cool.
It's got to be.
And then, but now, you know, like if you take away, like I'm trying to get back into it now, but not to do anything overly crazy, but just to get back into it. But the people that I've met, the relationships that I've kept, and you know all that stuff, like it's an honor to say that I've crossed paths with certain people,
For sure.
maintained a relationship, and you know things of that nature, and it's cool to be respected by those who have really fucking pulled it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Wes, you know, things like that. So when I called, like, you know, Astray, shout out to Astray from Shady, Hatch,
See, there
Critical
we go.
Bill.
That's why I usually keep her down.
There
No,
it
you're,
is.
you're fine. Whatever.
Goddamn dogs.
It is what it is at
But
this
to
point.
reach out to all those guys, dude, and for them to be like, yo, let's do it, I'm in. It's like, dude, it's an honor. You know what I'm saying? Critical Bill. Love those cats, man.
Yeah, yeah.
And they were signed with Strange, with Tech, and
Yep.
one of the fucking coolest songs that I still have on my Spotify is fucking Premium with Critical Bill and Tech 9. And the way Tech just goes in on it, like he
Dude, I
separates
wonder
himself.
if you know this motherfucker. God, I can't remember what his last name is. Fucking Dean. This kid. So I lived in Sterling Heights.
Not Briggs.
No.
Thank God, because that guy's a fuck.
No.
Yeah, fuck him.
Dean.
Fuck him.
So you do know Dean.
Yeah. Tell me, if he ever listens to this, hey, Jelly said you're a fuck boy.
So
Piece of shit. No, fuck that kid. He's a fag.
So what's crazy is I lived down the street from him for a while, and it was just nuts that this little kid knew everyone.
You know why? Because
He
wrote
knew everyone.
I'm going to talk more shit about this dude in 20 seconds.
Everyone.
That he ever wanted to hear. He's a fuck boy, for one. He rides the coattails. Problem is, he's friends with about 2 or 3 people that know everybody. And he jumped on board and made himself...
Oh, he hung with Nate, Eminem's brother, for a long time. I know that. But, I mean, Jesus, dude, it was just weird. And he was just such like a...
Well, that's it. He took a small piece of who he is and made himself bigger than what he was. Because in reality, nobody likes you, bro. Fuck him. He's a bitch.
It's crazy, man.
Just say it. Fuck him.
It's nuts. And see, like, now that there's another person I would have never known, but you're talking to all these people. I'm like, dude, he used to do stuff with Tech 9. Like, so it's weird.
Actually, Dean didn't do a goddamn thing with Tech 9.
He used to put on shows. I know. I don't know if he
Well,
put.
no,
didn't
he
do
was
anything for Tech 9.
was booking through other people that were booking for him. He didn't do a goddamn thing. He's a coattail rider. He's a bitch. Don't get me going. Don't get me going. Allegedly, he's a bitch.
That explains it all. Thanks for the breakdown.
Let me throw in the alleged real quick. Fuck him. Dean, I hope you listen to this shit. Bitch.
Oh man, crazy.
Fuck him.
Wow.
Kids, I don't like him.
Next topic.
No, we got no, he's been to my house, dude. No, we were cool at one point, and then he had said some shit about me, and I was like, I didn't even know we weren't friends anymore. So then I started talking to other people. And ironically, shout out to Nate Kane, which is M's brother. I know Nate too, motherfucker. And guess who don't like you? Nate, bitch. Nobody likes you, dog.
Allegedly.
No, that ain't alleged. They said fuck you too. Everybody said fuck up. Bill hates you. Everybody. No, dude, fuck him. Kid's a piece of shit. Hope your little fat ass gets ass cancer. Fat fuck.
Jeez.
Fuck him.
Wow, man, really struck a nerve.
Yeah,
Wow.
no, on that one, yeah. Fuck Dean.
Wow.
Little chubby bitch.
Crazy. So
Yeah.
who do you love?
Not him.
Oh man. So how's the project coming so far?
Well, I'm working with Stir Crazy and Native Keys, both affiliated with Psychopathic,
Okay.
and we're getting a bunch of shit together. And then I'm
Now
gonna-
Twisted's a part of all that stuff too, right? With ICP and everything, Twisted.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, Jamie and all them cats.
Dude, where I work downtown and where I park,
Dude,
there's
when I-
this one billboard that I swear Twisted just owns because it's always
Yeah.
just it's got Twisted stuff
Well,
out
I'll
there
tell you
on
what,
this
dude,
one billboard.
one of the
always.
funniest things I ever did, I went to 54 Sound, which is where M recorded the Shady LP, which is at 9 Mile.
Yeah.
And the side street is Romeo. So, you remember the beef with M and ICP?
Yeah.
Jamie, I think it was Jamie, so don't quote me on this one. One of them lived at the end
Allegedly.
of Romeo. No,
Right.
no, I know it's true because I was there, but I just can't remember whose house it was. That's what alcohol does, and allegedly other stuff. But so me and Bizarre were playing basketball at 54 Sound, and the ball went over the fucking fence. Well, here comes this van that's wrapped and twisted, and Jamie got out and he was like, "Let me get your ball." And I was like, yeah. I go, you can get both of them. And we were joking. But me and Jamie get along. And he was like, brah. And I didn't. So when we left, like a week later, I went down the road. Because I was like, why the fuck is he here? So I get down the road. And right at the end of Romeo is that van. And it's wrapped and twisted. And I think it was Jamie's house. But
So they were just right down the street from where Emma was
they
recording.
lived at the end of the street where 54 Sound is at 9 Romeo, and M was there recording his shit. So they recorded. D12 did most of Devil's Night at that studio.
At that studio.
And then I recorded some shit with some other cats there. I would meet Obi up there and shit.
That's got to be cool going to a legit studio, not someone's basement.
I recorded a lot of my shit in a legit studio, but the funnest times were
In the basement, just
Fuck
cutting loose.
yeah, dude.
Well, because depending on how your connection with the studio, I mean, you're paying to be there, right? So like,
right. Well, like right now, my engineer, shout out Trey Brown. He's Shaggy Tudo's brother. Rocks TV, all that shit. Those guys are dope as fuck. He's gonna be engineering most of my album, and yeah, we'll walk in sober and walk out hungover.
for sure.
We don't give a fuck. But that's that's what I like about like what we do, though. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like 10 minutes after King Gordy walked away from a microphone, I was on the same one.
No, that's
Like
sweet.
to have, even if nothing ever happens out of everything that I've ever done, the fact that I can say,
You live those experiences,
dude, it's a chapter in your life that not a lot of people can say they can do.
right?
You know what I'm saying?
That's my son all the time. He's
I
like,
think it's so
he's like, Dad, I
cool.
feel like you live this other life that I don't know about. That's what he says all the time. Like when he was down
I
here
am
when I was setting
Batman.
up earlier. Yeah, right. That sounds like my dad. I was down here setting up, and I was like trying to find some I was like, man, is Mitch's music out there still?
Yeah.
And that was how I found like those two videos, and we were watching. I was like, yeah, I used to know this guy. Like I did shows with him, and then I saw Mike in the side, and I was like, oh, and that's a buddy that just recently passed, of the guy that's coming over today. And he's just like, how did you know all this? Because I used to do he didn't believe me that I did all this DJing and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And
Yeah, 'cause
that's
your
stupid
dad.
crap. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
So
just-
then he's
you're
like,
just
oh,
fucking
you're
dad.
cool, Dad. You do all this crazy
Yeah.
stuff.
You
So,
old bastard.
So now what's funny is like he tells his friends at school that I do a podcast. And, oh yeah, okay, sure. You're not on any. So and like,
Dude, my son
that's what he
was
wants to do all the
on
time. He's like, I want to
Cloud-
crash.
I took
wanna
my son
crash
to
your
M's house,
podcast."
dude. He was on Cloud 9 for like 2 weeks.
Oh, for sure.
My dad's first time I know.
For sure.
Yeah. It probably got him laid. You're welcome.
I don't even want to think about that.
I know. Well, he's
My kid's
17.
15, yeah.
Yeah. Well, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Here's where we're at now.
Look, mine's in VR right now. I got nothing to worry about.
No, he almost shot me coming
VR
in.
can't
I
have
thought,
kids.
I thought I needed a lightsaber to fucking save my own ass.
I don't got to worry about the VR getting pregnant.
You never know. With today's world,
Right.
Are you kidding me? We're one robot away from giving birth, motherfucker.
Dude,
Shit
I'm
can get
telling
weird
you
quick.
what, look. Ready Player One is the first step of the future. I proposed this to someone the other day that's got
Dude,
VR.
cars drive themselves
I was
now.
like, look,
Remember that whole
Ready
5 on
Player
2?
One is going to happen. This VR shit's going to get so good. People are really going to fucking live their lives in there because they can't stay in their real lives, and they can be whoever they want in there. So Ready Player One's going to happen. Then Terminator's going to happen. Then The Matrix. That's the chronological order. We live in this virtual world, then the machines take over, and then we have to try to fight the machines to be free.
Dude, you're one blowjob away from giving birth to Neo. It's gonna suck.
It's crazy, man. It's nuts.
Right
And
now.
like you said,
I didn't know what to think when I walked into your house.
this
I looked right at the
glowing gun and
kid.
shit.
Yeah, he's got this.
The room's all dark.
Yeah, I just look, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Yeah.
Oh, the best was when he turned at you and started talking about
Yeah.
the stairs, and she's
You're
like,
yeah, the
"Huh?"
stairs are right there. You are correct, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where stairs are.
Oh, you're talking to your
No, it's
gang.
hilarious. No, it's awesome, man. I love
Look,
it.
I'll tell you what's crazy. So I have friends that I've only know
Yeah.
through gaming that I've been playing games with 10 years or more. It's crazy. Like, there's some people that I play games
You
with.
officially became friends with him.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, I know about some of their kids and their families and their wives and all this stuff, and sometimes you hear them in the background saying shit, Like, yeah, it's hilarious. But, like, I got this group of people that I play games with, and it's just been,
Sending
like,
fucking
like I said,
Christmas
for 10
cards
years.
now.
I know them longer than some people I've known in my
Yeah.
real life, or
You
talk
have
to
a
them more
gaming
frequently.
reunion and meet.
Yeah, well, some of them have actually gotten together and met each other. They've traveled and stuff, but
You're
and they're
sending
from all
fucking
over. I got a
Christmas
buddy in
cards.
Arizona. We got this funny Canadian. He disappeared for fucking 6 months. And we were like, where'd the hell this guy go? We thought he
did
just
he go?
he just decided not to talk to anyone
Yeah, I
anymore.
see
And then he
going,
comes
eh?
back out of nowhere. Yeah, and he comes back out of nowhere. And we're like, where the fuck happened to you? He's like, oh, don't you know I was up hunting wolves? We're like, what the fuck are you talking about hunting wolves?
Don't you know,
He's like,
son?
he's like, yeah,
Yeah, how's he
I
going?
told you.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
My
Oh,
Jimmy
it's
took a jet.
hilarious.
I was sitting on the
It's
side of the
hilarious.
road.
But it's this cast of characters, man, that just got these crazy ass stories.
hilarious.
And it's so bizarre. And so,
Yeah.
like, in one of them, he's friends with some pretty legit movie people. His one buddy has directed quite a few movies, like Blue Ruin. He did Green Room. And a couple of the movies. He's got a Netflix deal.
Nice.
So he knows, like, he's always
Fuck
like, dude,
yeah.
he's like, look out for this. It's coming to Netflix. It's my buddy's movie. He did this movie called Murder Party, was one of his first ones, which is actually on Netflix, I think, right now.
Murder Party?
Yeah, it's an older
sounds
movie.
exciting.
But I mean, he's done these movies, and like the one guy that he's friends with is an actor that's been in every single one of his other buddies' director movies, and it's just cool to see, like, oh shit, man, this is someone that I just play games with, and he knows all these people, and he tells me ahead of time, yeah, he's working on this new project, keep an eye out for it, here it comes, bam, and then all of a sudden, sure enough, it's up.
There it is.
It's nuts, but these are just people all around the country just play games with.
Yeah. No, it's amazing how, you know, what's funny is to go back to everything, like, me and you went to school together in middle school.
Yeah.
You left. Life happens. 15 years later, whatever the fuck it is, we're doing this right now.
Yup.
And we've both interacted with a lot of people.
Yeah.
And,
It's crazy.
you know, like I said, my cousin is the one that did most of, you know, with 20 Dead and stuff like that. Like, they did a lot of shit. They were signed to the same label that Kid Rock was signed to in Detroit, Overcore Records. I would say shout out to them, but they fucking suck. But
Allegedly.
it fucked everybody. No, it's not allegedly. They fucking suck.
Well, that's his opinion. He can.
Yeah, you can.
An opinion you can
No.
have. It's when you
Well, they
say that
fucked
someone
it.
did something
Well,
that you can't back up. I
they
think that's
damn
when you got
near-
to insert allegedly.
Well, they damn near fucked up Bob's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But they fucked 20 Dead. Because in '99 is when they were on tour. Matter of fact, type in 20 Dead on your UR, because you'll see they did the Farm Club, which was a cool little dealio. There was an interview with remember Matt Penfield from MTV?
Yes.
Yeah, he did the interview
What's
with him.
what's the whole name? 20 Dead what?
20 Dead Flower Children.
Because if you put in 20 Dead, there's a lot of
no. Do the 20. 20.
Oh,
Dead
20,
Flower Children.
gotcha.
Yeah.
If you put in 20 Dead, there's just nothing but murder stuff coming up. Oh, I deleted a D.
Well, no, you can go down. Well, you made it that close. But no, it was
Oh yeah, here we go.
like they did the Farm Club thing, and it was with Eminem and Disturbed, and everybody was just coming out at the same time. But with, if I remember everything right, so don't quote me on this either. Their record label wouldn't release them, so they couldn't.
Yeah, there's Matt.
They couldn't get re-signed to a real label.
Huh.
And that's what Kid Rock did. And there's Matt right there. That's what Kid Rock did. The way he signed his was allowed to release. That's why he got Bow with the Bow. Because this is the same fucking year that happened.
Really?
Yeah. My cousin's the drummer. Dennis is the vocalist. There's Jay. Shout out Jay House. Love you, cuzzo. But these guys, look, they even got psychopathic fucking shirts on. The bass player has a psychopathic fucking hoodie on. And this hit way too many people. This is when that rap,
Yeah.
hardcore, Limp Bizkit, like
Yup.
that whole genre, Rage Against the Machine.
Corn, all that stuff.
Yeah, this is when all this happened. And 20 Dead did such, dude, so fucking underrated. Now, once he starts singing, here we go. So it's not just a scream the whole time.
Yeah.
He's melodic. You know what I mean?
I just could never do the screaming.
It took me 2 years, give or take.
They scream. Ogama County, they came over. I had the band members over, and they do the screaming stuff. And one of them's a guy that I work with, and he's like, "Yeah, man, it took a while to get to where you could do it,
You know,
and not kill yourself."
Jared Dines. He's a YouTuber, but he's a guitarist, and he plays multiple instruments. But he does a YouTube video. Matter of fact, pull that shit up, because
So funny.
if we're gonna do anything right now, fuck yeah, we're talking about it. So he does. Look at Jay go. I love you, you little bastard. Now we wear the same size shoes. I'm only a 9.
Damn.
I would say my dick is the same size as my shoe, but it's not.
Allegedly.
Oh, yeah, allegedly. Allegedly. But look at him go. Here's what's funny. All right, little cute thing. So, Jay, if you ever hear this, 20 Dead, everybody pay attention. Jay actually bleached his hair with real bleach. Yeah, he lost, like, a lot of hair. Fucking retard.
Like, went to the store and just bought some bleach.
Well, bleach.
Oh, my
yeah,
Lord.
like bleach. Jay, dumbass. No, he
hilarious.
did it like, but it looked good for here. But then, like 3 days later,
He was bald.
we were calling. I was talking to him on the phone. He's like, "Bro, I'm like half bald." He's like, "My shit's falling out." I'm like, "What'd you do?" He's got bleached my hair. I go, "Bro, you don't really bleach. I'm like, "What'd you do?" He's like, "I use bleach."
Oh, my Lord. Wow.
They were on tour with ICP during this, and that's why they have. That's
Yeah.
why.
All the gear.
Yeah. Watch. Look at Dirty Dave. Just lays the bass down. You see the D on the fucking... Yeah. He's so fucking hype right now. Dennis is a shit, though. I love you, Dennis.
I want to give a shout out to all the 20 dead people.
Yes, sir. Look at JJ.
All I'm gonna say is you people are where it's at.
His hair's falling out right now.
Right as you speak, it's
That
falling out.
fucking bleachy
In that video,
bastard.
I think he became balder
Yeah.
in the video
Yeah.
from the beginning to the end.
He lost...
He's back there headbanging, playing the
He
drums,
lost,
just throwing
lost
hair
4
everywhere.
handfuls. She's so confused. Yeah.
So what was the other thing you were just saying to look up?
Yeah, go...
Someone does some YouTube videos.
Yeah, Jared Dines. Right there. So, all right. Now, there's a scream thing that he does.
Screaming doesn't take talent.
Yes. So what he does is he goes to random people because your dad, my dad, if he hears anything metal, It doesn't. It's not like anybody can fucking just yell.
Right.
No.
Yeah,
bro.
that's the classic. Yeah. The
So,
classic argument.
The what he does is so fucking funny.
Today we are continuing our journey to see if metal screaming truly does not take talent, if anyone can do it, or does it actually take talent?
Yes.
People's
Find
faces.
So
Okay, your best
some
metal
people.
Oh boy. Can I hear your best metal scream?
Dude, yeah.
All right, let's hear it. Wow! Do you want to give me a metal scream?
Bro.
Give me your best metal scream.
Their face.
It actually wasn't bad.
It's like a growl.
Yeah. No. He's
Give
yeah.
me your best metal scream.
No. But you know what he does? He goes to metal concerts.
Oh.
So you have
so this is part
everybody.
2. Maybe there's a part 1.
Oh, there is definitely a part 1. Like look at Jared.
Give me your best metal scream.
I love that guy.
It's not a scream.
I've known
your
Jared for
best,
a few years, and he does all sorts of weird shit.
She's dying.
Solid. What about you? You got anything?
That laugh.
Do you want to high? Do you want to yell? Do you want to low? Do you want to...
Whatever your best.
Whoa, the
Yeah.
eyebrow work there. His eyebrows were.
Yeah, hang on, man bun.
You're welcome. No warm-ups, dude. I can't...
I got no warm up.
Can you give me your best metal scream? Let's try this. Best metal scream.
Yeah. So for the record, yes, it does take talent.
Oh yeah.
You pricks. You fucking
Oh,
pricks.
here's the first one.
The
She
blonde
went
one
low.
looked like a baby
Hell
bird
yeah.
trying to get food from
Can
its
you give me your best
mom.
metal scream?
Look at Jared. Look at Jared. He doesn't know what to do. He's trying to take the mic away, but the motherfucker wouldn't leave him alone.
Well, you almost swallowed the microphone.
Can you give me your best metal scream?
He said metal scream, not deep throat.
I mean, half of these guys look like they're vomiting.
Bro.
It's actually pretty damn good. How long you been screaming?
Probably only about like 2 years.
Really?
Yeah.
So,
In my car.
yeah? But it took practice.
Yes, definitely.
Lots of practice.
Lots of practice, definitely.
Can you give me your best metal scream?
And I thought it sucked.
Nice. Do you want to give me
that
your best
wasn't
metal
too
scream?
bad.
Oh, heck yeah.
Nice.
But it's a
Give me your best
scream.
metal
Like,
scream.
Yeah.
anybody can grunt, which is what he's doing. But the way that he proves
give
the
me your
point
best
with
metal
everybody
scream?
else, it's hilarious. Because 95% of them are just, yeah.
So you can't
Yeah.
just like, you can't just
No
make
shit.
it happen.
So, my thing, I break
Yeah, this one down here, right?
Yeah. That one's funny.
If you manage a team,
Yeah, it's hilarious. No,
You not want to
I-
hear a commercial? 'Cause
No,
I don't
fuck
wanna
a
play
commercial. No, it's funny because everybody, if you're not involved, you know what I'm saying? If you
Yeah.
never really watch the music scene happen, if you take just the drum beats and the guitar riff and create music, or you watch a producer just start to put a pattern together to create
Oh,
a
yeah.
track, and then you write lyrics to it, like that process is a fucking process.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people, they just don't look at it the way it should be.
I can't do it. So what you're saying is it's not easy. Correct.
I mean, he looked like he was constipated.
Yeah, I think he pooped.
You can't do a pig squeal? Can you give me your best metal scream?
Nope. No.
Like you want to?
Sure.
They want it.
It's easy. It sounds so much better in your head.
This is the. Yeah, what was that?
How static.
I thought he was gonna pass out. But what he does, he goes to metal concerts
So what you would
because
say
you know
is
you
it's not-
sang it
yeah.
in the car on the way
Give me
there.
your best metal
Yeah, no
scream.
shit.
You found out on your way to Slipknot, you sound like Journey. You fucking dildo. And now when a guy shows up with a mic, and he's
No,
like,
you can't
hit me,
do it, yeah.
and you're going,
Oh my god, what was that?
Go for it.
yeah, now you sound like Macho Man Randy
I
Savage.
keep trying. I want to practice and learn, but I just can't.
So it doesn't come naturally, is what you're saying.
No. Like I try, but like whenever I do it, it's like quiet, and I can only hear it myself.
Yeah.
Can't get that projection going.
Yeah.
Would you like to
And then he woke up and
Are you
turns
sure
out
we
he
need
never
more,
had
we
it.
need more women in this video.
I have no know-how on how to scream at all.
Can you give me your best metal scream?
He looks like
Be a
he's
high
ready
or a
for
low.
it.
He does.
give me your best
That was adorable. Now you found a vocalist.
That's pretty good.
Now, how long have you been doing
Yeah.
vocals?
Screaming, I don't know, maybe 4 years, I guess.
So it didn't come
Yeah.
naturally.
Oh, hell no, it didn't.
All right, go for it.
And all these guys start out so deep.
Yeah, well, you're. and then he goes high peg. Ironically, that's a woman, and the guy before it sounded the same. Dude, he looked like he was in it to win it, bro.
And really, he like flexed into it.
Oh, dude, yeah,
This is good.
he actually blew an O-ring during that.
All right, would you like to give me your best metal scream?
It's funny.
No, it's amazing.
My daughter, I'll call my girl, and my daughter will answer the phone.
Yeah.
Hello, what do you want? My daughter does this voice all the time.
You know what I love about Dave and Chuck the Freak? That's how Chuck says his asshole sounds.
Oh yeah.
If his asshole had a voice, yeah, that's a
Fucking be like this.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
I've had a hard time pooping. And to me, that's like the greatest thing ever.
Hey, don't fucking die over there.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I'm not working right now.
I need you to push harder. It's
Yeah,
launched.
I never. That's hilarious. Jeez.
No, when he, see, you know what Dave and Chuck.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, huge shot to Andrew, the man expert. That's my dog.
Yeah.
That is
that guy was hilarious.
That is my
man.
dog. You want to do another podcast? I'm bringing his ass with
for
me.
sure. Oh.
He's a fucking riot. Dude,
What?
we were at a bar together.
Why hasn't he been on their show anymore?
Listen to me. We were at a bar together, and he starts talking to this chick, and this other girl goes, "Hey, are you the dude from the radio?" And he was like, "Well, I talk a little bit sometimes. You know, what's up?" And she was like, "No, you're a whore." And he goes, "Bitch, did you just get mad at a shark for swimming?" And the way he said it
was hilarious.
I'm like, dude,
some of
what
the
is
shit
the
he
greatest
said.
line?
Yeah.
We're in the,
And
he
off
goes-
the top of his
he
head,
goes,
the
we're
stuff
at
was
a
nuts.
bar right now. He goes, "Are you single? You mingle?" He's like, "You mad at the shark for swimming?"
Jeez, yeah, no,
I
he was
bro.
hilarious. He was hilarious.
Dude, Andrew is the shit, dude. I remember when I was married, I was hand washing dishes, so I put him on speakerphone, and my ex-wife was out of the room, and as she came in, he was like, "Jay, what we need to do is go to the bar, find some bitches, get fucked up, and see some titties." Like, he said some like off the wall shit, and my ex-wife Candy was like, "Hey, Drew," and he was like, "Hey, you know what we was doing? We was talking about getting you some Mother's Day shit." Like, he went right into like, he dove right into something else, and he was like, "I didn't know we were doing that, bro." I was like, "Joe, I'm washing dishes." He's like, "Yeah, I can hear you. I gotta go."
Can't hear you. I gotta go. Hey, I think your phone's good. Can you hear me now? Nope.
He was like, "Hey, Bill, what we was talking about was Mother's Day bullshit." He's a fucking champion, dude. No, the dude's hilarious, bro.
Oh shit.
No, him and James Campbell. James, that's a buddy of mine. He's a fucking lunatic.
I just emailed.
He won't go to the airport without 5 dildos in his
Yeah,
bag.
I know he's crazy.
It's hysterical.
My sisters talked to him on Instagram
Yes, he's
about
been
cats.
at Walmart to Walmart, yeah.
But I just emailed Andy to see if he'd want to come on and do this. I fucking emailed Joe Rogan too.
Nice.
Yeah, I emailed Joe because he's going to be in town in October or November. He's got a show here, and I was just
I respect the fuck out of
fuck
Joe.
it. Well, like that was a huge inspiration for the format.
Yeah.
Of just having the open conversation. I just
Dude, Joe-
wherever
Joe
it goes. I mean, like
Rogan's
look how many different
podcast,
topics
yeah.
we've talked about and weird shit that's just kind of come up, and I love that like organic.
Oh, of course.
Just naturally happening conversation. So that's what I really try
Well, you
to
see
model
other
this out
people's
of.
perspective. You know what I mean?
For sure.
It can. You have an idea. I knew coming over here that we were going to talk about my music. That's just why you
Right.
hit me up to begin with.
Yep.
But then there was McClain, and then his passing, and then knowing that you knew Mitch. You know what I mean? So we were
A little bit of common ground there too. Now.
Yeah, I knew there was going to be a little bit of that, but then we dove into
skateboarding,
yeah.
video games.
I mean, we're just
screaming.
We're watching a fat girl yell at a microphone, which is hysterical, by the way. But no, and then Joe Rogan does he does the same thing with his podcast, and I've watched damn near all of them. I've learned more shit watching Joe Rogan's podcast than I did for 4 years at fucking high school.
For sure. Oh, I mean, because it's not just like comedian buddies. It's a little bit of everything.
Well, he's an amazing comedian. and he does have connections with that.
Oh yeah.
But he's also very, his
just open to talking to people.
Yes,
and like learning more. For sure.
Musk.
Yeah.
He's had him on like I think twice or two or three times or something. Other scientists.
Look, I ended up listening to a podcast about Genghis Khan and the Mongol invasion for like 3 days because the dude that did that podcast was on
Did
Joe
you ever
Rogan.
think you were going to have that conversation with anybody?
Right.
Hey, you want to talk about gorillas? Not really.
And then, you
did it.
Right.
Yeah.
Top of the stairs right there.
Yeah, no, it's insanity. No, but he does that, and he does it so well. Like, that podcast is actually, dude, it's super cool. When I was...
Well, it's one of the... I think it's in the top 2 podcasts in the country.
Oh, as it should be. Who's number one?
I can't remember what it was. I think he was just behind someone else this year. I think most years in like the whoever's making the most money from podcasts or best rated podcasts, whatever, he's always in like the top 2.
Oh, dude,
top
no,
5.
it's insane. Well, he's brought in everybody from scientists. You know what I mean? Like we were saying,
it's crazy.
So he, and then obviously people know him from the UFC or Fear Factor and all that shit. But he's actually a great comedian. If you've ever watched it, it's Netflix. But as an interviewer, when it comes to things outside of his realm, outside of fighting, outside of
comedy and all
that shit. When he bring like Elon Musk or others, he's an avid hunter.
Yep. Oh yeah.
So when he brings in those types of people,
he's always posting shit about the elk that he's cooking.
Yeah, I fucking love it, man. It's
I've listened to a couple of his episodes when he's on his way to go hunting. He'll record them on his phone in the car.
Yeah. No, I've seen on. There's another Netflix thing. It's another hunter that does some stuff about Meat Eater.
Meat Eater, yep.
Yeah. He was on that.
Was he?
And I only knew about Meat Eater because of following Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
And then I watched fucking like 2 seasons of the shit. I was locked right in.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like,
you hunt?
Fuck yeah, I do. Yeah. I got property up in
There's
Ottawa.
a bear in the freezer.
I got
in the freezer.
Nice.
The black bear.
What the fuck are we doing later? Cooking shit.
Shit, dude. I actually...
Sorry, vegans.
I might have lost most of the meat.
Not at all. Fuck you.
The fucking the fridge got unplugged one day and I didn't know, and it's like the third time the meat's thawed and been frozen. So I still gotta take the hide in to I'm gonna get it turned into a rug.
Nice.
But, I'll show you pictures and shit when we're done. It's funny because I got drunk a couple weekends ago and I burned my arm.
You didn't.
We were up north and I burned my arm, but it looks kind of like claw marks. So if it makes a nice scar, I can tell the grandkids, like, hey, see that bear?
You know what happened here?
Yeah. What happened to your arm, Grandpa?
I fought a fucking bear.
Yeah, that's right. Well, not really, but...
Hey.
Dude, that was one of the fucking scariest things I've ever done.
You know what the best thing about a rumor is?
Scariest.
You can start your own. I fucking fought a bear. Who's going to tell you no?
Yeah, right?
Hey, were you there?
That shit was
Shut
scary. That was fucking nerve-wracking.
Well, who's got a bear rug?
Right.
Yeah, who won?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I jumped out that tree like fucking Rambo.
Shut up,
knife
Ethan.
in my teeth. Jumped out. Said, hey, you guys. And then jumped on the bear's back.
Yeah, you know I wear Pumas because I killed the fucking Puma.
Is that real leopard skin? Yeah. And
Goddamn right it is.
Yeah, that shit was crazy, though. What do you normally hunt for?
Deer, mostly.
Yeah.
Small game every now and then.
Gun, bow?
Both.
Yep.
No, I shot my first deer ever was with a bow. I was 14, and it was a 4-point.
I'm not going to lie. I've not gotten a deer yet because I've been trying. So I didn't get back into hunting. When I was a kid, my stepdad hunted a lot. So I had a shotgun, a little 20 gauge, would do like rabbit hunting and stuff. And I would go deer hunting. Never saw a deer when I was a kid, but being a kid, wasn't super paid attention.
I grew up with my dad, and we have property in Ottawa, which is about an hour and a half north of Mayo.
Okay. Damn, that's up there.
And
Mayo is like a 3-hour drive from where we're at.
Yeah. And I've seen in my tree stand alone, because we have multiple. I don't hunt the same tree. We scope, we do all the bullshit.
Yeah.
But I've seen fucking numerous elk walk through, bear.
Yep.
Coyotes, a bobcat, and then my biggest fucking butt pucker. I shit you not, dude. I set up a natural blind where I took a rope and I tied it around 3 trees, and I started going through these pines and just cutting off limbs
and hanging them on the outside. So yeah.
So I I preset myself like where I think I would sit. So I made the rope that high.
Right.
Then I brought the chair after I was done.
And sat down.
Realized I set the rope way too fucking high.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So right as night starts to hit, I can hear something chewing on these apples because I was hunting by an apple tree. And I kind of sat up a little bit, and there was 4 fucking coyotes. And I'm on the ground during bow season. So I have a bow and a knife. That's it. And I'm like 17, and I'm like, this is how I'm going out. You know,
right?
like
Just shit, kind of like, oh, fuck.
Well, this was short-lived. Had a good run, I guess. Thanks, Dad. So one walks by me, but it doesn't see me. It literally just walks right past me. And I'm like, dude, now it's starting to get too dark. Even if I wanted to shoot something, I couldn't really.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I had to wait for these idiots to finish
leave.
eating these fucking apples. And I sat there for like an hour and a half. By the time I got back to camp, my dad was about to send out a search party. He said, where the fuck were you? I go, you know what, asshole? We're going to have a talk about this. I'm like, is that whole idea you had about fucking setting up that rope and shit? Horrible idea. I go, fuck you.
Sounds like it worked out pretty good. They didn't see you.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't die.
And all that pine smell probably covered you.
Well,
up.
he goes, well, who doesn't bring a chair out first?
Yeah, right.
I'm 17, asshole. This is where you come in as a father.
You're supposed to teach me.
Yeah. Hey, advice.
He let you learn on your own.
Yeah, right. Guess who hasn't done that again? But I was always a huge blind guy.
Yeah.
Huge. I love blinds. I have a couple of tree stands, but
I got a climber. It sucks because, like, I'm 312 pounds right now, so, like, it's tough finding...
You're 312?
Yeah, shut up.
No, I was going to wrestle you, but now I'm not. Now I said, fuck it. I'm over it. We're just going to leave and not do that.
Yeah, so it's hard finding shit that's, like, rated to hold me. Like, the kayak I got hanging in my garage, like, I had to buy a kayak that can hold, that thing holds like 420 pounds. 420 pounds. We've got a couple houses on Lake Orion. My uncle does and her aunt does. So we've got 2 family houses up there, and her aunt bought a bunch of kayaks.
Yeah.
The kayaks are rated for like 250. And I'm like, they're rated for 250. Really, they can hold more. That's just the safe loading limit,
watch
right?
me get in.
I was putting that thing underwater. So that's when I was like, all right, I got to buy my own kayak. So then,
hey, listen, Leo, you're gonna need to fucking find another sheet of wood.
So I like to fish. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna get a fishing kayak. Like that one, I'm supposed to be able to stand up on. If maybe my center of gravity wasn't so high and so heavy, because it's tough as fuck. My kids can jump on the damn thing standing up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, trying not to fucking fall. So I barely ever stand on. Actually, I got to make a whole little other thing that'll make it easier. But and then I ended up getting the boat. So. But it's hard finding shit. So, like, my climbing tree stand weighs a ton just to carry it out there, like, as a backpack. And then my uncle, he weighs, like, $130 maybe, and he's got, like, this super light one that, like, it's 2 pieces.
It's aluminum.
It's all aluminum. And, I mean, like, and he can climb the tree so fast, and I'm over here. I got to set up all this shit.
He runs up that fucker like a spider monkey.
Yeah, it's nuts. Which is, if you've ever seen anyone use a climbing stand, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, my cousin Brick, who... That's his actual name, by the way. Brick.
Okay.
B-R-I-K. Yeah, way to name that one.
Where did that come from?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, well, fuck if I know. I didn't name him. But he's got a couple of climbers, and watching his fat ass do it is hysterical.
Yeah.
Because we set up a stand. He was about 250 yards from me on like a 10-acre field. So he was on one side, I was on the other. And it was during bow season, so it was a matter of just watching him come in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I had a ladder stand. So I put it together and stood it up and ratchet strapped it and called it a fucking day. I was doing shots in 5 minutes.
Yeah, he's got to climb all.
I'm watching this asshole with fucking... I got these binoculars, dude, and I'm watching him. I had to call him. And about halfway up, he answers his phone. What? I go, dude, I've been watching you struggle with this thing for 20 minutes. I go, you're the most entertaining thing I'm going to see this whole weekend.
Dude, I'll tell you what, man.
Don't fall, though.
It's a crazy fucking feeling.
Because he's like, I go, are you fucking the tree? Like, what are you doing? He goes, do you ever put one of these up? I go, no. And that's why, because you look like a retard.
It's nuts. Because, like, so they're connected usually by, like, a tether between them, but it's broken into 2 pieces. The top piece is your seat, and the bottom part is, like, your foot platform. And most of them will have on the seat, has like a bar that comes all the way out in front of you, so you can like rest your gun on it, whatever. But that also serves as a seat when you're climbing.
Yes.
Because it puts your weight into it, so it digs into the tree. So literally, you got to set this thing up on the tree and fight like these two pieces that
You
are
are literally
tethered together.
fucking humping the tree as you're going up.
So literally, you stand up, you slide the one up, then you sit on it, and then you lift your feet up. And it's just the angles that everything hits the tree and digs in. It's got like grip and stuff, but it's like literally you go up the tree, and it is ridiculous. But
yeah, if you can watch somebody from an outsider's perspective,
yeah,
it's worth a chuckle.
Well, I'm watching it right now.
the bear one was scary. So like I've never got a deer yet because I didn't get back into hunting. I don't know, until probably about like 5 years ago.
Okay.
So like my grandma's got 10 acres up in K-Pax. It's like an
Nice.
hour away.
Yeah.
And my uncle's gotten a bunch of deer up there. And I've seen deer. I've just never shot at one. I did see a buck a couple years ago, but it was too far for a good shot because there was a lot of trees.
Right.
So it was like I was seeing it between trees, and it was too far for a good shot. There was a deer that I could have taken a shot with my bow. When I got down out of the tree and walked to where it was, I was like, probably a good thing I didn't take it because it was a lot farther than it looked. Like that, it messes with you. That angle from when you're up high, things look closer than they are.
Oh, when you're 20 feet in the air, it's a different perspective.
So never got a deer. We took my son out, got a couple rabbits, and then fucking that bear. Then I got that bear, and we went to Canada.
Yeah,
it was cool because we stayed on this island. So the island was where the lodge was. This little old couple in their 70s. These are the toughest people I've ever met. They live there year round, and they literally. I could have looked it up on the screen. So we go to this island, and that's where we stayed in these cabins and everything.
Yeah.
And like they had a sauna. That's how you took a bath. Is they had a sauna, and then they had like hot pots of water and then cold fresh water, and you just like use ladles and rinse yourself off and lather it up and stuff. It was cool.
Yeah, you're
and
fucking
then we went
Amish at this point.
Pretty much, and everything's powered by propane. Like your whole cabin, the fridge is propane.
Right.
Everything was propane, and then we would go to the mainland to go hunting, and they had over 20 different stands.
Yeah.
So these were like traditional bear paths and stuff like that. So it was just, we would go out, we would bait, and they use barrels, and they would use like dog food. Like, dude, they had this huge shipping container on their property that was just filled with dog food, cat food, all kinds of stuff, so the bears can't break in and eat it all.
Yeah.
So then you use the barrels to judge how big the bear is. So if the barrel's got 2 rungs on the belly, and then there's the top of it. So like if it was above that second rung or higher, it was a good bear. You know, it was a good size to shoot.
Right.
You know, like when you're deer hunting and you get that, like your heart's pounding because you see a deer come in and you don't want to fucking scare it. You're trying to get a good shot, and you get that, oh shit, man, my heart's thumping now because this is it's getting close. I had that along with, please don't fucking see me. Please don't fucking see me.
Right.
Because the black bear can climb a tree, and like literally to set the stage.
Have you ever watched a bear climb a tree?
To set the stage.
He runs
right
like that
before we
fucker.
left. I'm a big fan of making sure that I have taken a shit and a piss before I go hunting. So
It's definitely a good idea.
So I go use the bathroom,
Definitely
and
the
there's
case,
like
sir.
magazines, and I'm looking at this magazine, and it's talking about how smart black bears are, and how they're known to set traps. And I know I'm gonna do something different.
They are underrated as intelligence.
That's what they were saying. So I read this right before I go out to go hunting.
Yeah.
I'm reading about how they've been like injured and doubled back and set traps and ambush hunters and stuff like that. And I'm like, fuck. So when they tell you, if you shoot a bear, if you hear the death moan, you'll hear it make a noise. Wait like an hour, then go look for it.
You gotta let it go.
But they said if you don't hear anything, don't go after it. So I'm up in the tree only for like, I don't know, like 2 hours maybe. And this bear comes in, and it was like as soon as I heard a noise and I looked and I saw black, it was like, oh fuck. For real, dude. Like, I'll show you the video of it. I caught it.
Shit.
It was like, oh shit, this just got real. This is a fucking wild bear. There's no goddamn zoo barricade here. There's no giant chasm it's got to climb.
Right.
Like, that's the bear there, So it was intense, man. And it came in. It was real cautious. It sniffed around and stuff. Then it started messing with the barrel. I saw it was big enough. I was waiting to see, make sure there was no cubs or anything.
Right.
Tipped the barrel over, ate.
Yeah, if you see a cub, dude, get the fuck out of there.
My gun was resting on the rest in front of me, and when I picked it up, it squeaked like the foam, and it stopped eating and started looking around, and I was just like frozen, dude, and I'm holding my shotgun, and I'm like just frozen here, and like the gun just starts feeling heavier and heavier and heavier, and it's like, oh shit, man, come on, fucking turn around so I can set this thing down, you know. And then it walked off, and I was like, fuck, I might have just missed my only chance at a bear. And then it came back. And that was when I was like, all right, there's no cubs. It's been like 20 minutes. It's just this bear. And I just kind of propped up, and I was aiming down, and I let it just walk right into my crosshairs. And right when it walked in, just, and I saw the hole, and that thing took off fucking running. And as soon as it ran, I was just like, oh, fuck, I just shot a bear. And like I was talking to myself,
dude. Your adrenaline.
I was talking to myself. I gotta block it. I don't fucking care. I just shot. There, everything just scattered.
You got a fucking heart on.
What the fuck's going on? I mean, reloaded and shit. I was like, motherfucker.
Right.
You know, because like my uncle, the first time he went bear hunting, he went with a bow. I said, fuck that. I mean, good for you if that's how you're hunting, but I'm sorry if I'm gonna hunt an animal like that. I'm making sure I can reload fast. And so then I didn't hear the death moan.
This is not time for Sacagawea.
I did not hear the death moan, so I'm like, I'm not getting the fuck out of this tree. So now I gotta wait, and I got dropped off. Like, I got dropped off at the road. I walked through this giant open field that felt like Jurassic Park 2 when the raptors are running and you see them moving through the grass. So, like, normally when I'm deer hunting, I'll keep my gun in the case, and I'll take it out, and I'll pull it up in the tree and shit. I was ditched the case and went safety off, walking through this woods, you know, but I go through this
full fucking Rambo.
Oh, yeah? Fuck. Bears, right? So I shoot this one, it takes off running, and now I'm like, I gotta wait because I got dropped off. I gotta wait for my ride and shit, and everybody else. So I'm sitting there waiting, and I'm like looking around, looking at the birds, stuff like that, and another fucking bear comes in. This one I got a video. It was smaller. This one comes in, and it's like sniffing around. It sniffs where the blood is and stuff, and then it just goes to eating. Yeah, and then like I got video. I'm looking at the bear, and then I just turn the camera and look at me. I'm just like, what the fuck, you know? And like, and it just sat there eating. But now it's starting to get dark. I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
you know, like you're talking about with the coyotes. I got a fucking bear like 20 yards away from me. So then it eventually went up the hill, and as soon as it went up the hill, I waited like 5 minutes, got my knife out, and I was banging on the metal stand to make a bunch of noise, try to scare it away, and then I was like, every 2 rungs of the ladder, look around.
Yeah.
You know, every couple, look around. And as soon as I got down, I had my flashlight under the barrel. I mean, it was fucking tactical.
Like a SWAT team.
Dude, I was... Well, because look, I know there's one bear that I pissed off because I shot it. And then there's another one right up the hill that literally just walked away 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, there's one leak, and this boy shows up.
So
like,
I'm like,
fuck?
I know there's 2 bear around me. I'm not
shooting
getting
my dog.
So literally, I got a spotlight on my head. I got the flashlight in my barrel, and I'm walking through the woods, and I'm fucking watching the tree line and shit. Then I get to the road, and I gotta wait for a ride. So now I'm standing in the road for like 20 minutes to half an hour, just fucking swiveling around.
Looking like big
Just like fucking.
Dude, I remember
it was crazy.
My dad, I was probably 19, 20, and I normally hunt when I'm up in Onaway, during bow season especially. I'll hunt off the side of this couple of fields because as it gets darker, the fields are brighter longer than the woods.
Right.
So I can stay out longer than somebody who's in the woods. I have a couple of stands that are probably like 1.5 miles deep, and I'm in the middle of Shitsville.
Right.
And that's where I seen the bobcat and all that shit. And I like hunting back there. But there's just certain times where I feel like if I hunt off the side of this field, I can let things come in.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm usually like the last one back. So I get back and my dad's not there. And my property, we all have our own trailers.
Okay.
I have my own. My brothers have their own.
That's
I got
cool.
2 brothers. My 2 uncles and 3 cousins, I believe. It looks like a little ghetto trailer park in the middle of nowhere. We have a big ass pavilion in the middle. We have 5 acres in Onaway, but we got 300,000 acres of state land that surrounds us.
Surrounded. So
so like, we're fucking good.
Yeah.
So I get back and I make a drink and come out and do my thing, and I realize my dad's not back yet, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I go to my brother Brian. I go, where's Pop? And he's like, he ain't been back yet. Now my dad, I knew where he was at. He was in these pines, so he's gonna be usually the first one back because it gets so fucking
it gets
dark.
Yeah.
You just can't shoot a shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not about your set of balls. It's about visually you
Being
can't
able
shoot
to see,
anything. Yeah. So I'm like, what the fuck, dude? So about 20 minutes go by, And I go, we're gonna go fuck. Like he must fell off his tree. Like
Something happened.
I started to get nervous.
Right.
You know, it's my dad. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, motherfucker, where the fuck is he at? All of a sudden, I see this truck coming down the road, and it's my dad's truck. And he pulls in, and he gets out, and I go, where the fuck? I go, I thought maybe he shot something.
Right.
And he started to track it a little bit and get
got
like
too
a
dark,
last
maybe,
blood.
yeah.
And he throws me a carrot. And I go, what the fuck you doing? He goes, look at it. I go, it's a carrot. Fucking need to look at it. It's a fucking carrot. So I look at it. Dude, the tooth mark out of this cocksucker was about as wide as my fucking pinky. He was the biggest fucking black bear I've ever seen in my life. Went and it laid. There was that tuberculosis bullshit. So you weren't allowed to bait.
Yeah.
The year before that. So my dad put like.
Well, I think they just made it all over Michigan now. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't bait it all starting this year.
This was before that. So it was,
well, I know
put
like
a
certain
few
zones they changed
5-gallon
the rules.
buckets
Like
out of carrots and shit. He said this thing laid down and it covered the whole fucking pile, and it was right around. It was starting to get dark.
yeah, what
So
do you do?
he sat there listening to this thing eat carrots. He's like, I didn't get out of the tree because it was fucking just sitting there.
Right.
And he wasn't going to shoot it because, one, you're not bear hunting.
Right.
So he doesn't have a permit for it. So if he shot it in the back, he's fucked.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because obviously it wasn't coming towards you.
I'll tell you what went through my mind when that one was there, I mean, it was a smaller bear, but still, I thought about just firing off a shot to scare it. Like, it got to that point where it was starting to get dark, and I was like, I don't know. Oh, yeah. Well,
so
unless you got a sidearm.
No, we were doing bow hunting, so he didn't have any firearm on him.
Yeah.
So if he shoots the bear, it's literally an arrow in its back.
Right.
So you can argue that to the death.
Yeah.
But it laid on his pile, so he waited for
that sucks.
The noise to stop. And he waited 10 more minutes. And then he got out of his tree, and he, his tree stand was maybe a quarter mile off a 2-track, which was 2 miles off the road. Now, my dad is a man's man. He's a boxer.
A man's man.
I go, dude, how fast you get out of there? He goes, he looks right at him and he goes, I've never ran so fucking fast in my life.
Dude, it's something else. Because, like,
dude,
when you're out there and you just know that there's
first thing
shit
he
out
thought
there that
was
you're
he's
not the
gonna
top
grab
anymore.
a carrot. And that's what he did.
Yeah, and he grabs a fucking carrot.
No, he took his flashlight, he grabbed a fucking carrot. So that's what he threw at me and my brother Brian. And I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Right.
He goes, you don't even know the size of that cocksucker. He goes, that motherfucker was there for an hour and a half. But he goes, he came right at dark.
Right.
He goes, so it was right at that point where you're deciding whether or not you're going to shoot anything.
Right.
And then the thing you're not hunting, that you don't have a permit for, the most angry cocksucker in the woods,
shows up,
lays down on your bait pile, and just hangs out and just has a feast.
Yeah, see, at least where I normally go deer hunting is nowhere near bear. So,
well, actually, there's still some up there now, but there was a moment where those, because they love those wetland areas and all that stuff, and a lot of it dried up, so they kind of moved a little bit more towards the UP area and all that stuff, because we're in Onaway. So there was a moment where the bear was really heavy, and it kind of fucked up our deer hunting, because the deer pushed away.
Yep.
And then those wetlands started to dry up.
So they
the
moved.
deer started to come back, but the bear started to leave. And I always wanted a bear permit. So it's funny.
Well, because you have
said
to do a
you've
lottery.
never shot a deer.
Yeah.
I can't believe you killed a fucking bear.
Everybody in our party, everybody in our party, but one person got a bear.
Because I would love to hunt one.
Where we were at.
Yeah.
Getting a bear permit is just going to the store. It isn't a lottery because there's so many of them.
Yeah, because here you have to have a lottery.
So we were up in Sudbury, Canada.
Yeah.
So for us, it was literally just go to Canada Tire and get a license. But you could go to a different province in Canada and it's a lottery system because there's no bear there.
Right.
But where we were, there's almost no moose, so they don't even. I don't even think he said they give moose permits anymore. But where you could go over to another area and then it's moose tickets all you want. So it just depends on where you're at up there. But here it's a lottery.
Yeah.
My uncle just got it. He got
Is it
this
5
year.
years?
I think so, and I guess what they do is when you enter, every year that you enter consecutively, you get points, and it basically all that does is gives you a better chance of just being a top pick because you've waited so long. And my uncle just got one for this season.
Yeah, because if you don't get it, then within 5 years you automatically get it.
Basically.
Which is the same way they do elk, which to me is funny because they take you, like in Michigan, they take you right to where the elk are. You're not hunting them.
Right. Because it's probably only like a special zone that you can you can hunt them in, right?
And it's like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Because I hunt deer. So I've watched elk come through, which is hilarious because it's like it's a horse with horns, bro. And up in Onaway,
I've seen mounted,
because we're 45 minutes north of Atlanta, which is the elk capital of Michigan. Atlanta,
okay.
They have huge amount of elk up there, and I've watched so many females run through fields and shit like that. And then there was this one time I was up, I had a ladder stand I put up. It's like 15 feet. And I was maybe a row deep into the woods. Because I wanted to be like at least a couple trees deep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it was rifle. So I was trying to hide myself a little more. Now, walking through the woods, you're about as quiet as nothing.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
it's amazing. Yeah, try to be quiet.
Yeah, dude, no, you can't make enough. You can't make enough noise.
Which is amazing when you see a heavy fucking animal come through and you don't even hear it.
Dude, this fucking bull comes
It's crazy.
through. His spread, it had to be 6 feet wide. I didn't hear a goddamn thing.
Isn't it amazing? Like,
and he comes
you
through
see,
and he
like,
just
some
looks
of their
over
paths.
and he's just like, "What's up, bitch?"
And you see some of the paths that they run on. I
Bro,
mean, they're not wide.
A deer run,
and it's they got
no,
these big
a deer
ass
runs
antlers
as
and
wide
shit.
as your dick, and you can't walk
through it without making noise. But they go through with those antlers,
and
don't
you
make it,
can't be.
It's
dude,
crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
No, if you ever walk with somebody else in the woods, you constantly look back and go, "Shut the fuck up."
Yeah.
Hey, bro, watch out. What's your stick? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh, the best. I go with my
And then deer walk. They're like, "Are you floating?"
Yeah.
You cocksucker.
Fucking ninjas.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Fucking ninjas.
It's fucking ninjas of the woods.
Yeah, ninjas
It's
of
nuts.
the woods.
But shit, well, that's 2 hours and 6 minutes.
That didn't take long, did it?
No. Well, it took 2 hours and 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
Jeremy, thanks for coming on, dude.
Anytime,
it was great.
brother. Anytime, man.
It was great. Enjoyed talking and catching up.
Yeah, for sure.
Anything you want to plug before we take off? Like any websites, any social media, any of that stuff?
I mean, there's a few, I guess. I mean, if anyone wants to look up the Social Void stuff, we never really put anything out there that much, but I will, because I'm working on that new album, I will recommend anybody to look up Critical Bill, obviously Mike McClain, rest in peace, my dog, Mitchy Mitch. Lethal Injections on the album. Dead is going to be on the album. D.E.D. Fuck, man. There's a lot I feel like I could plug. That's insane. Which is stupid. Astray. Shouts out to Shady with Astray. Hatch. And Hatch Wise Guy. Fuck, man. There's a lot, dude. There's a lot.
It's like it's like you're giving the thank you speech. You can't remember
I know,
everybody.
right? Yeah. So when I won this Oscar,
right? Yeah.
No,
Well,
I can't, dude. I would love to get back in here with you, man.
Yeah,
It's always a pleasure.
For
dude.
sure.
For sure.
This was fun. Some great stories. Some hunting shit. I don't really have too many hunter friends, so I don't get to talk
it's
hunting
funny.
stuff.
We actually Joe Rogan the whole thing because we went from one idea,
and
just fucking
to a few
fell
others.
off. Yeah.
The skateboarding thing totally caught me off guard too.
I didn't know you didn't know that. Yeah, no.
No.
It was it was a moment of life.
Yeah.
My mom hated it, by the way.
Yeah.
But I was able to go into like any skate shop. I had a black card, so if I broke my deck or anything like that, I could go in and get everything for free.
I'm over here.
It was like the only perk I had.
I was literally just looking at longboards yesterday.
Now, see, I never did that. That's a California town.
Well,
that's a California town.
You know, like my knees and stuff are jacked up, so doing like ollies
That's
and
like
shit like that,
San Fran,
and also
bro.
being 300 plus pounds makes it a little hard. So
Wow.
I thought, just get the
long
longboard and just
yeah.
fly around, especially like when I park in my garage and I got to go to my office.
Well,
like,
living in Michigan, the longboard doesn't have as much respect.
No,
they,
not
they
at
came
all.
out around like San Fran because everything is so fucking. You know what I mean? You can just fucking roll it.
Yup.
Which to me is hilarious because you take a guy. I don't give a fuck if you're 150 or 300. Bro, you start going downhill.
Dude, downhill skateboarding is
Dude,
fucking intense
you ready
shit.
how are you stopping?
See, I don't even know if we can finish this. No, I gotta show you downhill skateboarding. Are you kidding me?
You can't. How do you stop, dude?
The power slides they
jump?
do.
Yeah,
But this shit
tuck
is
and roll,
insane.
Grandma. Like, what do you do?
This stuff is
The first thing you pull up is a dude.
does 70.
Dude, he's in the fucking fetal position. What is
this? This is a commercial. Oh, hey, if you want one of these, I got someone selling them.
I love it.
The one wheel?
The one? What?
A one wheel?
Yeah, it's like a skateboard with a wheel in the middle.
There's what?
Oh yeah. Does it need a remote? Nope.
There's no way.
How do you stop?
You just lean forward and go.
No way.
Like a hoverboard, but just a wheel?
One wheel.
This
Yeah.
is-
My buddy's got one. He's got like a few of them. He's trying to sell. They're expensive.
I
though.
would like to ride one.
I think they're like 12 or 1300. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll ride it. Can I rent it?
I don't know.
Can I give him like,
dude,
can I give him like $25 and just hang out for a minute?
This guy's always got these.
You
weird
remember
things like
Chris
this.
Rock, the old SNL?
Yeah.
Yeah. What if I just give you like 25 cents and take a bite of your sandwich?
Dude,
That's what I'm
it's
saying.
crazy.
What
He's
if I
always
give you
got
like
these
$5
crazy toys.
and I just hit the corner once I come back? Like,
He had an electric skateboard for a while that was nuts.
Look at this.
Dude, this is nuts.
Dude.
And I mean,
Look at his position.
As a skater, as somebody who skateboarded.
speed wobble's a motherfucker.
Bro.
Look at his
These trucks have to be so tight.
Oh, dude. When you get the speed wobbles, good luck.
Yeah.
I
for
watched
sure.
guys, dude. It's
And
like,
look at how
dude,
stable that is.
It's amazing to watch somebody go through it because you're like, wait for it.
Wait,
and he's
because it's inevitable. You know it's coming.
Oh, dude, because you
is it gonna be
and
slow?
you literally you go through a seizure type effect.
You think this is crazy? Wait till a car goes by. These are not closed
Yeah,
roads.
he's
Yeah.
on a road.
Dude, they go zipping by cars and shit.
What
Flying by.
country are they in?
See, he's doing the power slides to brake.
Yeah. This is fucking definitely European.
Yeah, this is in
Not
Switzerland.
America,
Yeah.
for sure.
No, they do this in
I
America.
tell you what, though, all jokes
They
aside,
do it in America down
that
mountain roads,
scenery,
California
dude,
all the time. Yeah.
I'll fucking blow you for that scenery.
Oh,
That is fucking
It is
tits, dude. Look at that mountain, bro. That's insane, dude.
but it's just so crazy how, I mean, I could not imagine at all. Like, when I say longboard, I just want to, like, coast and maybe do, like, some sleigh
Yeah,
hills.
yeah.
I don't want none of this shit.
No, he's
I
doing,
mean, they
like,
got gloves.
yeah.
If you see his gloves
Yeah,
on his palms.
that's for scraping the
their
concrete.
palms are like a hard disc, and that's why, for
Biker
doing what
gloves.
he's doing. Yeah.
It's them biker gloves.
But they put those discs on him, so that way they can touch. He can put his hand on the cement without
Yeah.
fucking eating up his palm,
Yeah, quit it, you lunatic.
like that right there.
Yeah.
See,
Look how he bends his
Whoa!
ankles.
Holy
right
fuck!
by a car.
Oh my god!
Like, come on, you're going around these blind turns this fast. You don't know if there's a car there.
You
I hope he was
can,
wearing a diaper because I
See?
would pee.
dude. That right there.
That's his
Bro,
brake.
you know he's going fucking what, 60 miles an hour right now? 40? At least 40.
It's gotta be.
He's definitely clearing 40 because it's downhill.
I want to know who's following him.
A
Recording
guy
him.
in a vehicle.
It's gotta be.
One that said no.
Oh, he lost his pad.
Yeah, that hurt.
Yeah, and he doesn't give a fuck. He's still going. Whoa! Oh!
Because they're gonna show him lose
Yeah,
it.
it was so important. We're gonna revamp.
He put his hand on the wall.
Touched
Almost
it,
lost an arm.
dude. That's fucking. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
Oh, look at this turn.
Dude, fuck you. I've done some silly shit in my life.
Well, that's like street luge. That
Yeah.
shit's insane too.
Yeah, I'm good, bro. Like, if I, all right, listen.
Look, if he falls,
Done.
That's it,
dude, he's eating some shit. If he walks out of it alive,
that's it, bro.
So, and that's the part to me that's crazy. To get the confidence in your abilities, because you have to work up to this. You're not just bombing
Well,
this
there's
shit
a
right away.
moments, yeah.
But
Yeah,
like,
no, you definitely
to
earned
get
your
the
penis.
confidence.
Yeah, no,
to,
you definitely
I'm gonna
earned your
fucking bomb
penis.
this hill at 70 miles an hour.
You established a point
Yeah,
where you
right.
were like, "Hey, I got a dick. You want to
Dude,
see this?"
It's nuts.
But then there's a moment where you're like, "You're fucking retarded, bro."
Yeah.
Because if we're friends and you're like, "Hey, record me while I do this shit," I'm like, "Dude, I'm not gonna watch you die." But ironically, the motherfucker is a G. Because look at how smooth.
Yeah, I mean,
he doesn't give a fuck. He knows what he's doing.
I mean, those trucks have to be so tight to have no speed wobble like that. It's just crazy. Can you decipher it?
No, I'm trying to. Yeah, I know. You know how many interviews I've done? It's hilarious when you do them because you always have the one person that writes everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, what are you doing?
The silent party.
Yeah, you're like, hey, hang on a second.
All right, that was all I wanted to show you.
No, I can't decipher that, dude. Because that right there, that.
Yeah, that's how.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I mean, to be able to slide like that, I know the wheels are different.
Fuck.
But still.
You. No. And then he's like, hey,
like
what's
how
up?
fast you got to be going to power slide that long?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, you want a number 7 from Taco Bell? I'll meet you back. Yeah. No, fuck you. Like, that didn't just happen. I'm not following you. I'm not going to record your death.
Right? Well, and what
dude, you're one fucking... Dude, listen to me. You're one, like, large rock away from getting...
Yo, you know how many times...
Dude.
You know how many times a pebble has fucking
rail?
sent me flying?
Dude, if you fell over that rail... Bro, it's like 800 fucking feet. So, dude, I literally recorded watching you fly as a bird with no feathers because you're not going to make it. And I'm just going to go, Jason!
This one time when I lived in Chicago, so I went to school in Chicago for a little bit, and I would skateboard everywhere.
Yeah.
And where I lived was right next to a bridge over the freeway.
Yeah.
And right where the bridge met with the regular road was like this large metal, almost like coupling. So it was just this metal strip all the way across, like where the two things met. And I was riding, and I ollied over it, and my back wheel caught like right at the lip of it, and it sent me flying. And I did the thing where where you're running, and you're trying to get your balance back, and you're just trying to save it. And I'm fucking running, dude, and my face feels like it's right here by the ground, and I'm just trying to get I'm just trying to save myself. And I finally, I know I just can't, so I just gave in and I rolled. I tucked in and I rolled, and I popped up. And the semi-truck was parked on the side of the street, and the guy gets out and starts clapping. And he's like, dude, that was awesome. Do that again.
No.
What?
Yeah, I don't want to do it again.
I swear I ran the distance from this wall to that wall.
Right.
Trying not to fall, and just finally fell because I knew I was never going to be able to stand up. And I just bailed.
I did that.
It sucks.
I did that going in the house up a couple steps, and I nailed my boob on the corner of the table, and I laid out on the floor.
I've never had my boob get hit and lay me out.
And then the kids run over, and they're like, Ma, can I get some strawberries?
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
That's what kids do.
I'm like, I'm dead.
Yeah.
You want strawberries? Get out of my face.
Like, I don't have boobs.
Get out of my face.
All right, now we can end.
That's how you want to end this?
Yeah. Hey, on a laugh.
Yeah.
And boobs.
Yeah, I got no boobs.
It's a fitting end, right?
I have boobs.
But again, Jeremy Jelly Fields.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for coming on. And your lovely guest writer in the background. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it, my friend.
And everyone that listens, thanks for listening to another episode of The Get Up. Thanks for listening to The Get Up. Make sure to check out thegetupshow.com for more information on this episode's guests. While you're there, check out other episodes, leave a comment, or if you'd like to be a guest on a future episode, shoot an email to contact@thegetupshow.com. Don't forget to follow, like, and share on Facebook at The Get Up Show Podcast. Follow on Instagram and Twitter at The Get Up Show, and subscribe to The Get Up YouTube channel. The Get Up is available on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, Google Play Music, YouTube, and anywhere you listen to your favorite podcasts.